Some races are won, others are survived. 4 days ago, more than 600 riders from 57 nations set out to conquer the toughest hard enduro rally in the world. Today, every obstacle matters, every kilometer, because today, Red Bull Romaniacs 2026 comes to its conclusion. Hello and welcome. I'm Craig Stone, and joining me again is Hard Enduro legend Chris Birch. Chris, what a spectacular scene we have today for the final day of Red Bull Romaniacs.
Yeah, this has got to be the most iconic Hard Enduro venue in the world, I would say. There's this finish line at Red Bull Romaniacs, the imagery of this goes around the world, and these guys will have these thoughts of reaching this finish line in their heads for a very, very long time. I'm really excited to see how this race pans out and who gets here first.
And you can just see the scenes here from our drone shots. The bowl here is filling up. All the spectators are cheering the riders as they take this iconic hill climb to try and clear the top through the Red Bull Arch.
And this hill climb, it is so intimidating. The final part of this, it feels like you're riding up the wall of a house. It's at the bottom, it looks okay. 2/3 of the way up, you realize what you've actually taken on.
So every class has a completely different race unfolding. Some of the riders are chasing world-class victories, while others are just chasing the finish line. Chris, what does it mean to be a finisher here at the world's toughest hard enduro rally?
Oh, I think for many guys, it's just the accomplishment of this potentially a lifelong dream. You know,
Yes.
Romaniacs has been around for a long time now. Guys have been looking up to this, chasing this goal, chasing this dream. It's dictated how they live their lives, how they train, how they prepare. And it's a huge commitment to come and just to take part in this event. And like we talked about, this hill climb that we're looking at now is going to be haunting their dreams for a very long time.
And Chris, in the gold class, after 4 relentless days, we've had one rider that has set the standard. Manny Littenbichler has been calm under pressure, precise when it's mattered the most, and almost impossible to match.
Yeah, he's just been so composed the whole time through. I think we've maybe seen like one minor chink in his armor yesterday in the Leatt LIVEmaniacs section, but after that, apart from that, it's just been flawless performance from Manny again. He seems like he's got 15% spare at any point.
Yeah, super calm under pressure. We saw a little bit of a mishap yesterday when he lost his headlight on his bike, but never lost focus and actually extended his lead. And interestingly, in the adventure class, so the adventure class has been a brand new innovation here at Red Bull Romaniacs. CF Moto are leading every division of that class in the ultimate, the core, and the light.
That's an impressive performance from them for sure. That the CF Moto has just gone all in on supporting this this event, and I guess it's great that they get those results. It was impressive watching Mario come through today. Like, he was visibly faster, visibly more committed to a pretty sketchy piece of trail than everyone else that came past. He's leaving nothing out there.
We had some images from the start line this morning. Let's go and have a look at what the riders had to say.
Good morning from the start of Offroad Day 4. Good morning from Sibiu, the final day of Red Bull Romaniacs 2026. So buckle up, because this is going to be one of the greatest grand finales.
What's the strategy? Keeping third or trying to go further in the front?
Always try to keep further in the front, so I will try my best and push hard. But yeah, it's gonna be a hard day, and we will see what we will expect.
So I'm here at the start, and Manuel Lettenbichler was just warming up his motorcycle. Heard him shout, and swear and disappear back to his service car. So his start time would be in 2 minutes. So now I'm curious if he will be able to come here back in time or what he has to fix. He will definitely not stop for a statement and will rush to the start. But I think I see him coming, so he will just make it. So he just came in time, just 40 seconds before start time.
Chris, Taro Kabachev has definitely emerged as a genuine challenger for the title against Manuel Lettenbichler.
Yeah, absolutely. He has pushed Manny at times during this event for sure. I think he's pushed out a fairly commanding lead, but Tio's not let it go easy. We saw him losing a fair bit of time in the Leatt LIVemaniacs section on day 2. But other than that, I think that was basically he just kind of emptied his tank a bit too early. The rest of the time, he's looked really solid.
Yesterday in day 3, Leatt LIVemaniacs, he did look a little bit under pressure, but sort of got his composure back, and then that last 30, 40 kilometers home, putting the hammer down and actually passing Manuel Lettenbichler and extending by 1 minute. So he's just never giving up, that never give up attitude. That's the spirit of a hard enduro racer.
Absolutely. Like we've talked about, Manny's really, really hard to beat here. But if you can be the guy that's right there and you get a lucky moment, you can generate your own luck.
Yeah, definitely. And how great was it to see Graham Jarvis as well on the Jarvie yesterday at the Leatt LIVemaniacs?
Absolutely. I'm excited to see if the Jarvie has got some super turbo hyper motard mode that can fire him up this hill climb in front of us. Press some buttons and launch it up there, Graham.
So this hill climb in front of us is a monster. Let's show you some of the crashes and the action from last year. Chris, today the conditions are just as dusty as we can see it now, and when you took your win here, you made it up in the pouring rain.
Yeah, I definitely had to deal with more slush than dust, but I mean, it's almost just as challenging when it's so dry like this. Like every bike that goes up these hills, every bike that takes on one of these elements here, the way the soil is, it's just going to grind up and turn to basically talcum powder. So it's going to be almost like they're trying to ride through mud. It's very dry at the moment. It's quite hot here. It's sort of 35 degrees. And you're going to see the top guys having to plow through fields of talcum powder to get the drive and to climb these massive hills.
So if you're wondering what happened yesterday on day 3, we are going to give you some great insights there with some clips from our content creation team. Let's take a look at it.
Offroad Day 3 delivered another brutal test in the Romanian Carpathians with relentless technical terrain, steep climbs, rocky descents, and signature sections pushing every hard enduro rider to their limits. The day's fastest rider was Teodor Kabachev, who produced an outstanding performance to claim the gold class victory, proving once again that the fight at the front is far from over. Championship leader Manuel Lettenbichler responded with the ride of a champion. Rather than chasing unnecessary risks, the defending winner focused on consistency, managing the pace throughout the toughest terrain, and protecting his overall advantage heading into the final off-road day. Behind them, the battle for the podium remained incredibly tight. Every rocky climb, every technical traverse, and every narrow forest trail became another opportunity to gain or lose precious seconds. Riders had to balance speed with precision, knowing that a single mistake could erase hours of hard work. With one off-road day remaining, nothing has been decided. Leatt still holds the overall lead, but Kabakchev has shown he has both the speed and determination to fight until the very end. The stage is now set for the final showdown of the world's toughest hard enduro rally, where one last day in the Carpathians will decide who stands on top of the Red Bull Romaniacs podium. Adventure stories coming in after a moment from our partners. Yeah!
So keep your eyes on the road and eyes. Follow it and hit a while longer. You can take one turn. Even if you're already there, it's right to your head. Believe it if you want to. Might be the moment to blow up and take my throne.
The idea today is to bring again the bike at the service point and at the arrival without damages.
We are a pack of 4 or 5 riders. We go more or less the same speed level, so you have no space for any mistakes or something.
It was fun. Good techie bits in the second half.
Yeah.
Like played in the forest a bunch and like rocky climbs, some creek. It was a good day. You just kind of take a breath, right? Like you can kind of tell when you're getting into something. The woods get darker, track narrows up, whatever it is, and you kind of like, okay, they're going to put us in, and so you just kind of, I just roll off just a little bit and kind of just soften the vision and just look around a little bit more and make sure you're seeing the good line or what it is, because nothing's worse than jumping into something and you're like, oh, that's where I should be right there.
Eric, I'm just coming on your right. Let's not do a Mario video.
Out here it's so great, like they give you so much freedom to be creative with the lines and go where you want to go, so I think it pays off to just slow in just a little bit, look around, find your lines and just bump through it.
Day 3 of Red Bull Romaniacs was another grueling day to get all the riders back here into Sibiu, and the times of the classes are all so tight, but Sandin Kurzweil in the silver, he's got the most commanding lead of just over an hour, but there's some very, very tight racing in all the other classes. Chris, let's go and see an interview with some of the adventure riders at the start this morning.
Last day today, I expect we have a shorter track, a little bit more technical, but not the longest day of them, so I think the guys will enjoy it.
I feel relaxed, to be honest. We have done a really good week so far, like making good times every day, and even yesterday I only lose 4 seconds with Paul, so wanna enjoy the day as much as I can. It's been a super enjoyable edition in Red Bull Romaniacs, first time in ultimate class with a big bike, enjoying a lot. Like I said, I am surprised riding a big bike, how good it is and how easy make my life, you know. Like sometimes I think, how can I pass through this line with this bike, and then I pass through like nothing. So very surprised, having a good time, and let's get to the finish.
Yeah.
We have no strategy today. I will try to enjoy. That's all. I'm 5 minutes back of Mario, 8 to Didi, so we cannot do anything else. Just riding. I will try to enjoy my ride, and we'll see what is going. But I think it's gonna be one more day. Nothing else special.
Day 4, super excited. Sun is shining bright in my face. So another lovely morning in Romania. Today is supposed to be the shortest, but also the most technical. So really looking forward to that. Hopefully there's a few cool sections where you can, I don't know, have some challenge to get up. And and then in the finish line, I'm very much looking forward to do the Final Hillclimb. So yeah, hopefully it will be a good day.
I put my survival mode on again because my ribs are shit, but it's only the two first hour afternoon. Most of the time it's better, but anyway, it's the last day. I don't think they're gonna make something super crazy and super technical, so I don't know. I don't see one thing that I'm not gonna push me to the finish line.
Are you excited or are you happy because it's the finish day?
No, I'm always excited to go race my bike, and I hope the trails are a little bit more cruisy as they were the first 2 days, and I can make back some time on the boys and climb up the leaderboard again.
Who deserves the biggest thank you after this week?
I think everybody. You know, this race, there's so many people involved, from volunteers to the workers to the mechanics to everybody, the organisation. So yeah, big thanks to all of them to let us all be out here having fun.
As we heard there from Paul Torres, everything to play for today. 5 minutes, Paul is behind Mario, and then only 8 minutes to Didi Rudolph.
Yeah, so that's a lot of time to make up on the track, but it's not a lot of time to lose. So again, a mistake, a bike problem, a navigation error, it's still all out there for sure. I got to give a big shout out to Greg Gordine, racing, pushing through the pain barrier with broken ribs. I was chasing him through the bush today, and I was having to push really hard, and there's nothing wrong with me.
Good on you, Chris. Well, let's go see what the Gold Riders have in store today with our flyover of today's track. So the organisers, Martin Fnadermitz and the track director, Theo, have saved the best for last at the gold section for today. After the service point, they entered some very, very difficult sections. Before service, the group was pretty tight together, but after service, the gaps are now starting to form.
I think for a lot of the guys, it's quite familiar terrain around here in Sibiu, but that doesn't mean it's easy. That doesn't mean it's good. They know how many difficult, nasty climbs and sections they have stashed around Sibiu. Day 4 is never an easy one. It's never a gimme.
No, it's not. And we are waiting in anticipation here as well for the adventure class. And Chris, you were with them this morning, so let's go and have a look what they were up to.
The final day of Red Bull Romaniacs. This is by no means just a run to the finish. It's going to be a great many challenges between where we are now and reaching the final hill climb at the back of Sibiu.
Good morning, Sam. How is the body feeling today?
Yeah, a little bit stiff and sore, but I guess it's normal on the last day of Romaniacs, right? You should be feeling tired and stiff.
For sure. Tell us a bit about yesterday.
Yeah, honestly, yesterday was much more challenging for me. The trails were quite technical and twisty and a lot of difficult climbs. And yeah, we're on a 900, you know, we're against 450s, so the weight's a bit different. And not making excuses, but it was a challenge. It was a challenge. I had to lift the bike out of holes and up and down things. I finished the day pretty exhausted yesterday.
We just bumped and bounced our way up this tree rooty hill climb here. The ultimate guy is going to be coming through soon. It'll be cool to see how hard they hit this. We're going to climb down and find a good spot.
Yeah, it's been great days, nice weather, good tracks, everybody's happy. We have a lot of finishers, so we might need to make the tracks a bit harder next year, but we'll look into that after the party on this evening.
Chris, the adventure core class, that one's really surprised me. Sam Sunderland, two-time Dakar winner, having a very tough day yesterday out in the mountains, but he's still only 2 minutes behind the leader, so it's everything to play for.
Absolutely. He'll be pushing that Triumph Tiger as hard as he can today. It's definitely a thing for the adventure guys. Like, these bikes are not really designed for what we're doing with them here. And you have to manage the bike, have to get it through. And I think Sam unfortunately knocked a few lumps off yesterday.
Yeah.
And now he's got some time to make up.
And what do you think about the hill climb finisher for the ultimate guys? Mario Roman on a 450cc C-Moto, significantly less horsepower, but how do you think he's one of the best in the business at the hill climbs?
It's going to be interesting because, you know, Mario has been enjoying having probably the smallest, lightest, most agile bike in this class and the top guys. But it's also down on power compared to everybody else as well. We also know that Mario is one of the best hill climbers in the business.
Yes.
So it's going to be really interesting to see how that plays out. On the screen here, you can see an absolute legend of New Zealand Enduros, Sean Clark. It's not his first time getting stuck in a bog. He's multi-time Romaniacs finisher. I think he's won silver class in the past. He's finished gold. He's an older boy now, but you're looking at the godfather of New Zealand Enduros.
So what we brought you on the City Prologue, that whole setup there was done by Andy Fazakas and his team, and now they've come here to the hill climb finish on day 4, and they've got a few treats in store for the riders. I see another massive freestyle ramp with a humongous cap. Chris, what do you make of this?
Every year I finished Romaniacs, coming down into this cauldron here, there's just a sinking feeling like, right, what have you guys got for us this year? We've had huge blind jumps, we've had crazy skinny ramps, we've had aquaplaning,
yes.
We've had balance beams, we've had sliding platforms. It's like whatever comes up at Andy and his team's brains, they get full license to experiment with our lives here. And it almost always works.
So we have a signature section from this morning's action. Let's see what the guys had in store for this morning.
guys, I'm at the finish arch. I'm at the Final Hillclimb Arena in Sibiu. The crowd is cheering, it's making noise. It's thousands of spectators and fans here. They are all waiting for their favorite riders to arrive here. The only thing which stands between the finish arch and the riders is now this Final Hillclimb Arena, which is filled with a couple of obstacles, including the Final Hillclimb. So, the atmosphere is high, the vibes are high, the emotions are high. We're waiting for them. The gold class riders and ultimate riders are very close, so stay with us.
Chris, the signature section that we witnessed there was called, the name of it was Momentum, and as we've said all week, momentum, the currency of hard enduro. Some of the riders need a bit more of that in their pocket.
There was a bit of bankruptcy on that climb for sure. We've talked a lot in the earlier part of this event. We had nearly perfect conditions. There was just the right amount of moisture in the soil to kind of hold everything together and give this perfect traction. The rain that we had the day before this event it's a distant memory now. It's significantly drier, crumbly, powderier terrain now. The traction is definitely reduced for that. They're kind of having to deal with these silty, crumbly conditions, and that's going to make these signature sessions even more challenging.
So Mario Roman, he is now into the arena here. Mario Roman, let's get our images. Here he is. Let's welcome Mario Roman. He's had an incredible race so far, taking the first 3 stages, the prologue, day 1 and day 2 winner.
I'm so excited to see if he can get this bike all the way to the top. This could be the first adventure bike ever climbing this famous hill climb.
And here he goes.
And we get to watch it live. He's popping it off the limiter, giving it everything he's got. A bit of wheel spin. There's a guy in the... no, okay. So that's not a bad call from Mario. I really wanted to see him push it all the way up, send it all the way to the top. But he's got 5 minutes up his sleeve. If he gets that thing wedged up on the cliff face, it's going to take way longer than 5 minutes to figure that out. So that was a very smart call. But he is nowhere near job done at this point. There's so much more to this finish area than just the final hill climb. There's a lot of elements he has to contend with between now and the finish.
So just where he pulled off there's a massive wall that you got to get up. And there's a couple exits to this hill climb for each of the riders or the other classes. There he goes now, firing through the Red Bull Arch. Mario Roman making his way to the finish.
With the soil here, it's always been really powdery and soft, so you get great big ruts developing over the years. It's going to be interesting to see if Mario can make the wider, lower adventure bike squeeze through these ruts that have been created by lighter, narrower and taller dirt bikes.
Chris, the Adventure Ultimate has arrived as a legitimate competition now, not just an exhibition.
Absolutely, it's been a real race for these guys the whole way through. They've been separated by minutes. It's been really interesting watching Mario, to be honest, to take command of this. We obviously know Mario Man is an absolutely incredible rider, but there were so many unknowns coming into this Ultimate Adventure race this year.
This is the first event that Mario Roman has done on the adventure bike. He has come directly from the Hard Enduro series. So usually he's riding on a 300cc two-stroke machine, and here he is tackling the toughest Hard Enduro rally in the world on a CF Moto 450 machine. These are some of the obstacles that Andy Fazakas and his team have prepared, and he's going to go through the water trough now.
Very smart, taking a look and a think. He knows you cannot trust everything that happens in this arena here. There's always some additional challenges. We've just seen the absolute legend Sean Clark getting stuck in there. Imagine if Mario just buries this thing now. That time's going to start ticking away.
So we're waiting for Paul Torres. Paul Torres started the day just over 5 minutes behind Mario Roman.
Yeah, he's too good for that. He's too good for that. Off to the finish. Congratulations, Mario Roman. That is a commanding victory on his CF Moto in the Ultimate Adventure class of Red Bull Romaniacs. That's a job very, very well done.
Outstanding ride here by Mario Roman.
So we got DT coming in second in the adventure bike class. DT on his KTM 890 Adventure. The adventure bike we can see in front of him is one of the core or light categories competitors, so not competing in the ultimate. Can DT fire an 890 popping it off the limiter? Man, you can see the difference in horsepower.
Let's go, Didi!
I think he's taking this... I nearly said the soft line. That was not the word I was looking for. The safety line, the smart call. These guys, they've hit this wall of a climb before on hard enduro bikes. They know how it responds, and they're going to know whether or not they're feeling it as they come up to that.
Let's go down to Diana, who has Mario Roman, who has provisionally won the Adventure Ultimate category.
Yes, I have Mario Roman with me. Mario is the winner of the Adventure Ultimate class on an adventure bike for the first time. Mario, how do you feel?
I feel so happy. First win in Romaniacs. It's not in gold class, but it feels so special because I didn't have a lot of experience in the big bike before, and I learned so much through the week. I have to be thankful with Paul because he introduced me in this sport. CF Moto make a great job. The bike is unbelievable, and I am so proud of myself.
Was there any moment this week where you said, this is why I love Red Bull Romaniacs?
Yeah, every day, you know, I love suffer, I love wake up early and go to the start and follow the GPS. It's an adventure, and it's definitely a good achievement for my career to win Red Bull Romaniacs.
What was the toughest day at Romaniacs this year?
I think every day, you know, even this morning was very stressful because we ride together with Iron and Bronze. It was very dusty. I knew I have good gap, like 5 minutes, but it's not big deal. In Romaniacs, anything can happen. So I was pushing, and it was very stressful until the service point. Then after service, I could relax. And I rode smooth, no crashes, nothing at the end, and I am so happy.
Thank you very much, Mario, and once again, congratulations.
Thank you.
So Mario Roman taking the win there in the Adventure Ultimate, as we see Paul Torres. And Chris, interestingly here, Didi Rudolph came in ahead of Paul Torres. Paul Torres was the first on the road this morning. It's going to be very close between Didi Rudolph and Paul Torres for that second position in the Adventure Ultimate.
So this is coming down to the absolute seconds here, and a telltale sign of what sort of day Paul's had. He's running the bullet. He's got no visor on that helmet. He's had a crash, some sort of a problem. And Dieter's been there being able to take advantage of this. So the second place is coming down to the wire right in front of us now. This is, what a treat.
And we heard at the beginning of the event, Mario Roman saying that he wanted the course to be more difficult and more challenging. But he's been the leader of the adventure category, the Adventure Ultimate category from the beginning. Mentally, that's another huge challenge. There's more pressure on your shoulders, and it just shifts the whole dynamic for Mario.
It's been an incredible performance from Mario because we know him as a hard enduro racer. He's not normally the guy for no rally background, no high-speed experience. And there has been, this has been a hard enduro rally, and there has been a lot of quite open, fast, high-speed riding for these guys to take on. And that's not a skill set that we've known Mario Roman has. Of course, we know the guy can ride the wheels off a motorcycle, but we're seeing Dieter coming across the line on his KTM 890 Adventure R. Looking on the stopwatch, this is where you come in, Craig. I'm no good at this stuff. We need to do the maths. Potentially, he may have stolen second place from Paul Torres.
So, we need to just wait for the final checkpoints to come in, but potentially Didi taking that second place. And what a ride from Didi Rudolph on the KTM 890.
I can't even pretend not to be biased, but go KTM! Come on, man, do it!
So Didi Rudolph on the X-Grip Racing Team KTM 890 Adventure. What a ride from him. He had that bike absolutely pinned up the hill climb here, and he's going to be waiting in anticipation and a bit of nervous energy as we wait for Paul Torres to come in.
So we see Paul making his way down the steep, sandy, loose downhills. Once he drops down at the bottom here, there's not a lot of challenges between here and the finish. We've got the bog section, of course, to contend with. Bit of flat track stuff on the bottom there. What is going to be the time gap?
There was 8 minutes at the start of the day, so only 8 minutes between Didi Rudolph and Paul Torres. 2 poles advantage at the beginning of the day. This is going to be super tight. Paul Torres revving that bike. Just look at the acceleration from him.
Yeah, he's not going to know how tight this is. He's going to know Dieter's in front of him. He's not going to know how far in front.
And we've seen from some of the gold guys when the pressure was on, like Tero Kovachev on day 2, making some mistakes. Do you think the same for Pol? Because he would have had Mario and Didi coming past him on the racetrack
I
today.
think Pol's made a mistake here. He's chosen the wrong split, and he's, again, bleeding more time. I think he was wanting to line up the freestyle ramp.
That would be an impressive thing to see Pol go over that.
Whoa!
What? Oh, that is not
that
what he
was
wants.
aggressive. Okay. That was a big move. Okay. Tick, 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 tick. The seconds are ticking away here, Pol.
Pol, needs to keep his composure. We saw Mitch Brightmore as well yesterday, losing his composure and losing so much time to James Moore, and now Pol Torres the same.
Not quite getting the drive up there. More tick, 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 tick. This time for sure.
So here he goes. He's going to be in the Red Bull Arch. Let's go, Pol Torres. Pol Torres on the Treche Racing Society on the Yamaha Tenere.
And we wait for the maths now. We wait for the clock to find out
Hi,
the
I'm
overall
Didi
podium
Rudolph.
position.
Didi just arrived second at the finish arch. Didi, what's the first feeling?
It was really amazing, but the beginning of the day was a little bit tricky or sketchy because it was so dusty out in the forest. It was unbelievable. Sometimes I already stopped because I can see nothing, so it was really hard to push. But I don't know what's happened in the service, but after the service I find a really good flow, and I think I was most of the checkpoints first. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. I tried to push, of course, but I think the gap to Pol was a little bit too far. But anyway, I'm super proud of myself because I didn't saw that coming. So yeah, I'm pretty happy and super thankful for that offer that I can ride here with the 890 adventure bike. It was an incredible feeling, and yeah, incredible crowd, so I really enjoyed it.
It's your first time on an adventure bike at Red Bull Romaniacs, and you had such an amazing team, such a great support from your X-Grip team. Absolutely amazing. What do you think was the moment which made you say, I love Red Bull Romaniacs during the race?
I think this happens again already 2018, the first time when I was here and riding Silver Class. Before I had no experience, and I don't know what's happened exactly at the Romaniacs. But after that, I really love it. So it's every year a main part in the calendar to come here. And now with this challenge was completely new project, and I'm pretty happy. And I think we did a really amazing job. And thanks to KTM and X-Grip.
Didi, thank you very much, and congratulations once again.
Thanks.
Provisional results are in, and this is only provisional because our GPS team still has to do their final checks. But Pol Torres has managed to hold on to that second place ahead of Didi Rudolph for the Adventure Ultimate class.
Whew, that was stressful.
That was very stressful. We are actually pretty excited and keen to hear what Pol Torres has to say when we go down to Diana. Let's go down to Diana.
Yes, I'm here with Pol Torres. Pol, we know you came in third, but in the same time we know that you are a former adventure bike ultimate winner and you fought a lot. What was the greatest moment at Red Bull Romaniacs this year?
This
Not a very happy Pol Torres.
No, I was really tired. This year was really nice. Especially second and third day. So, really good rivals. Was really intense. I really like it. I expect something really more difficult, but well, I hope the next year is going to be like this. Today I had super bad luck at kilometer 20. Because of the dust, I crashed. I broken my foot pack, so I was riding until service point without foot pack. And then again, because of the dust, I had a really big crash. I broke helmet and everything. So I decided to take it easy, and I don't know if the overall I'm second. I think so, yes, but it's gonna be really close.
A good decision to stay safe. But Pol, you just said that you want a more difficult class for you to ride. In the same time, you said that you have some tough moments, some crashes, something broke. We just saw you falling there. Decide, which one do you want?
No, because when we fall, it's because it's too fast. I don't know why we start after the silver and bronze riders when we pass them like nothing. So we are all the day under the dust because of them. I think for the future we have to start like gold. The first ones, we have to do our own race. And yeah, when I'm meaning difficult, I'm meaning like gold, not doing stupid things. So sorry for the word, but we need class like gold riders because we are a super pro, not any more amateurs.
How do you see the future of adventure bike riding in Romaniacs?
Next year, if nothing changes, I will be in silver. I already told you, I'm not here to die. I retired from desert just for that because I have a daughter and I want to come back at home with my daughter. So I was risking a lot here is what I don't like it. So yeah, next year I will ride in silver or bronze, I don't know, but sure more difficult.
Bronze?
Well, maybe with Kevin, I don't know which one, because it's not because of me, it's because of Yamaha. So yeah, we'll see. Sure, if his adventure is like this, I'm not anymore here. Sorry, because you did a really good job. I think for amateur riders, this amazing race is super nice. It's a proper level, but once you put 5 pro riders inside the race, you have to do something else.
Okay, Paul. Thank you very much. Show us smile at the camera right now. Look there and smile. Thanks and congrats again.
We're waiting for Manny Littenbichler now in the arena. We have just got word that Manny is about 8 minutes out as we see Kevin Gallas taking on the hill climb. He's going all the way! Whoa!
Oh, he's done! Go, Kevin, go!
What a boy, Kevin Gallas!
Oh, that's awesome! Go, Kevin Gallas!
Absolutely incredible. Kevin Gallas on the Yamaha racing machine, clearing the hill climb here.
Hey, he might not have won the race, he might not have won the day, but they can take that home.
He's won the respect of everybody down here in the arena.
Absolutely. So just reflecting on what Paul Taras was saying there before, you know, I don't think the initial expectation was to have some of the world's greatest hard enduro riders coming into this adventure bike class. There's definitely some figuring out to do. I think everyone's aware of that. And you know, Paul is an absolutely incredibly talented rider. Wants it full hard enduro, full extreme. The problem is there's probably only about 4 or 5 guys on the planet that can do that. So we're going to have to find this balance that's going to make it work.
So as we welcome Kevin Gallas here to the arena, he has been fighting for 4th position all over the last 4 days here at Red Bull Romaniacs.
So Kevin winner of the Africa Eco Challenge. No shortage of experience in high-speed riding. And he's done really well to kind of just bring his bike home every day. And he saved the best to last, firing it up there for us all. And now he's taken the wrong split as well. Where are you off to, Kevin?
He's going to have to come back, I think.
Okay.
So he's in the finish, it looks like.
We'll leave that to people higher up the chain than us to figure out.
So great to have Kevin Gallas here in the finish as well. The silver class riders are also in the finish. So Sandon Kerswell there taking a commanding victory in the silver class by 1 hour and 30 minutes ahead of Florian Kirschmeier from Austria and Lorenz Steinkallner from Austria as well. Sandra Gomez in 5th place there, Chris. Such incredible riding by our lady rider, Sandra Gomez.
Yeah, Sandra's done incredibly well. But man, when was the last time we saw anybody win a class by an hour and a half? Sandra has absolutely smashed this.
And Santiago Frenademetz, son of our race founder here, Martin Frenademetz, he has cracked the top 10, 10th overall in the silver class. He's going to be happy with that. So let's take a break because after that hill climb from Kevin Gallas, need a break here for our commercials.
Moto.
So here we go, Manuel Littenbichler. Everybody, Manuel Littenbichler is here at the hill climb finish. of Sibiu Red Bull Romaniacs, and he is into the LIVEmaniacs. Leatt LIVEmaniacs. He's going to need to do 3 loops here of Leatt LIVEmaniacs.
This is our first look at what's going to be in for these guys in the Leatt LIVEmaniacs section here. The Leatt LIVEmaniacs section, it's been a real sort of turning point of this event every day of this rally this year. So it'd be interesting to see what specific different flavor of torture they have in store for the guys this time.
So we have a few obstacles to get them through. They will be quite familiar with most of them. There are some new creative lines, but this one here, the ski jump, has been a challenge in the class, and in the past, Manny just clearing it with ease. Chris, I saw some videos from Manny on his YouTube channel a couple of weeks ago, and he was training on the motocross bike as well to try and get his speed up and improve the jumps. As we saw from him there, just clearing that with absolute precision.
Absolutely. I mean, definitely training on the motocross track for these guys. You know, they've got the skill set. The motocross tracks where they can train the intensity, the super high heart rate, pushing yourself to the absolute maximum while still riding a motorcycle. And the motocross track is a really important training tool for all these guys. Most of them are doing that because they have to, and they know it's good for them, not because they want to.
Yeah.
So Manny making his way down these treacherous drops. And they'll be wondering, okay, I've come down. I know I've got to go back up again. How are we doing this? Taking the correct split. Over the gap jump. This next jump's completely blind as well. He would have had a look at it before. Oh, where's he off to?
He's lining it up again. He's coming around for another run at it, and here he goes. Let's go, Manuel Lettenbichler.
All the way to the basement on that one.
Huck to flat.
Yeah, hey, if you have to come up short or go long, you choose go long every time. Right, all the way to the top, Manny.
Let's go, Manny. Oh, with ease and precision, Manuel Lettenbichler.
Nicely done. That was impressive. Didn't sound quite as cool as Kevin Gallis bouncing the Tenere, but that was a really smooth. We'll see what else they have in store. He is not out of the woods yet. So threading his way back down these gouged out downhills. You're scraping your foot pegs, blowing your feet off the foot pegs.
Chris, we can't talk quite enough about Manny Lettenbichler in this new era of hard enduro. He's certainly been dominant, and years from now, people will look back at this period of hard enduro and simply call it the Lettenbichler era.
Absolutely. Like if he wasn't so good at all the other hard enduros as well, you'd call him a Romaniac specialist, because he just seems to have, you know, he dominates the hard enduro. But the gaps seem closer in some of the other events. You know, we've seen him being beaten this year by Mitch Brightmore in America. No one's come close, really. I mean, we've seen Tio push him at times, but he's always had minutes up his sleeve, and he really does seem to have Red Bull Romaniacs absolutely dialed. I don't want to talk it up too much, though, because he's not here yet. He's not at the finish. There's still more to do. Look at that. Is that a downhill?
Great shots from our drone here as Manny Lettenbichler is making his way through the Leatt LIVEmaniacs.
Just jump off the cliff. Excellent.
Nice riding. So, Chris, there was the Jarvis era for a long length of time, and now we're living through the Lettenbichler era. Different riders, different generations, but the same relentless pursuit of excellence from these two guys.
Absolutely. The sport has changed, the sport's evolved, and Manny's really sort of taken the crown of being the current GOAT.
And when you're talking about the GOAT, Graham Jarvis, you know, there's no one in the world that you'd rather beat than the best in the world, which was Graham Jarvis. Oh my word, what flow from Manny Lettenbichler.
Beautifully done. So he's going to spin it around. He's got one more level to climb. Didn't quite have the momentum, or even maybe didn't even know that he had to pull that extra divot. I wonder if we'll see him run this all in one next time. The full pull all the way to the top would be very impressive. and thinking his helmet, he'll be thinking, okay, what else? What else? What else? I've ticked that off. I've ticked that off. I've ticked every day off. I've ticked your hill climbs off. I've ticked the gap jumps. What else have you got for me, Martin?
So you might think we would be waiting for Tero Kovachev to be in the arena in second place, but Tero Kovachev had a little problem this morning and has lost quite a bit of time to Manny Littenbichler and Mickey Volkner and James Moore passing Theodor and absolutely on a charge. Those two riders very, very close together for the podium contention. Theo should have enough time in his pocket. He's made a good recovery to maintain that second place so far on the road, but they still need to make their way here to the arena as we watch Manny Littenbichler going around for his second loop.
Okay, where is he off to?
He's going to come round again in the front of us here, and then he's going to go for the second one.
Okay, so that makes sense. So every other competitor we've seen come in, they're not doing the Leatt LIVemaniacs section. We've got the finish line and the Leatt LIVemaniacs all kind of linked in together. So we get to see Manny Littenbichler 2 more times, complete the circuit, and then he's going to bring it home over a very, very spectacular finish line obstacle, which we have not seen yet.
Over the last 3 days of in the off-road, the off-road stages, we've seen Manny Littenbichler come into Leatt LIVemaniacs with quite a lead over the second place rider Tero Kovachev, almost clearing 2 loops of these sections before the second rider comes in. He's been just so precise and amazing riding by Manuel Littenbichler. Go boy!
That particular line, it's still super sketchy, but they've mellowed it out a bit this year, thankfully, because my gosh, that was horrible last year, wasn't it? I think the guys would have looked at that and said, thank you, Martin, just the slightest little ease, the slightest little relent.
So we're waiting for our second place rider, Mickey Volkner, on the road. Mickey Volkner should be here in the next few minutes, chasing behind Manuel Littenbichler.
So obviously Manny's ride has been, you know, the standout ride. Okay, maybe a little confident coming down there. Bring it home. You're not done yet. A rare mistake.
Manny Littenbichler looks okay, all good. The bike is good. He is making his way on his second loop of Leatt LIVemaniacs. He's got another loop and a half to go. Plenty time in his pocket though.
Little small mistake there. I think he tried to turn out of that rut slightly too early, and it just took the front wheel out from underneath him. In the past, they're coming down something that people would normally be riding up, so the rut would develop from the driving back tyres, and he just tried to turn out of that slightly too early. That won't happen again. Okay, this is a problem. We've got a guy stuck 2/3, 3/4 of the way up. No, he's just been dragged to the top. Some goobers past him.
So here we go, Manny Littenbichler for the second time tackling the hill climb. Up the big wall, yes, Manny.
Making it look easy, all the way to the top.
Chris, it's a massive team effort here for Manny Littenbichler on the Red Bull KTM Factory Racing 300cc two-stroke machine.
Yeah, there's a really good, strong team in behind Manny. It's captained by his father, Andreas Littenbichler. But really, you can't get more professional than the effort that these guys have put into it. I've got to watch, kind of the service point a couple of times and see how these guys are so methodical in their approach to this event.
And the real thing about these bikes that they're riding, and most especially the KTM 300cc that Manny's riding, they do some tweaks and different changes on them, but you can actually buy one of these bikes off the showroom floor, which is quite a special thing.
Absolutely. We've just seen Letty, Manny's dad, throwing a bit of water on Manny's back, trying to get the temperature down. It's about 35, 36 degrees here. That's hot for doing multiple laps at low speed, high intensity work like this, and it's a real key part of this KTM factory racing team. Andreas knows exactly what a rider needs at any point because he's got so much experience in this in himself, a former Red Bull Romaniacs winner.
As we see in front of us here, just off your picture, Looks like Johnny Walker has crashed in front of us on one of the freestyle. Oh no, sorry, that's not Johnny.
No.
I was fooled by the Red Bull helmet there. So thank goodness. Hopefully that rider's okay.
It's really hard to judge how far you need to send it on this jump. And unfortunately, she's come up a little bit short there. And yeah, luckily it's a soft landing. Manny, all one go? All one? No, he looked like he wanted it.
Yeah.
He's got one more try. I reckon you can do it all in one, Manny, if you're listening.
So, yeah, he's got to back it up now. We saw Wade Young in previous years, but really struggling on this massive off camber that they've got to get up. Let's go, Manny. So Manny taking that with ease now.
Absolutely zero struggle there.
Yeah. So coming on to the next freestyle jump to get up that next bit of hill climb. He's almost done his second loop here of Leatt LIVemaniacs.
So this piece he's lining up, he's going to make it look seriously easy. I've lined up that to myself. It's scary. It's really steep. He just made that look like a transition stage. That is, it's an impressive hill climb, an impressive leap just in itself. So Manny coming around now for his final. Final?
Yeah, so Chris, Manny Lettenbichler is completing now his second loop of Leatt LIVemaniacs. He is on the last one to go before we can celebrate and welcome him into the finish line.
And interesting, we still haven't seen Theo, Mitch, any of the likely culprits for second place today show up yet. So a commanding finish from Manny, and he's kind of following a similar pattern to what we saw last year. You know, establish a lead on day one, manage the lead through day 2 and day 3 through the marathon stage, and then just drop the hammer on day 4 and show everyone who's the man.
And day 4 here has been our most difficult day for these gold competitors. Manny Lettenbichler showing his form. He's going to pivot around here for this ski jump for the last time. So much action going on here at the hill climb finish in Sibiu. If you're in Sibiu, you need to get here to witness it because it is quite something to behold.
And in the background, we've just seen 17-year-old Stanislav Zavala from Mexico send it all the way up the hill climb. That will be a happy boy.
Good on him.
Just like we're going to see a pretty happy version of Manny very, very soon.
So Manny has really extended his lead after that service point. We mentioned that they had 3 or 4 very, very difficult sections to go through. Manny Lettenbichler pulling out a lead on the other riders in the field.
So no mistakes this time, getting all the way out of that rut before he turns the front wheel out of it.
Over the hip jump. Nice, and he knows this gap here. Manny Lettenbichler, smooth as silk. Let's see him on the hill climb for the last time today.
Unfortunately, he's now got a cartwheeling 800 Cove coming back down it. So Greg Gordine having a bit of a bad, unlucky bounce on the Cove there. I think he's going to be able to get that thing out of the way pretty quickly. Manny's going to know he's got time up his sleeve now, so he's going to wait for the track to... No, he's not. He's just going to send it. What would I know?
Manny Lettenbichler carving his way up the hill climb finish for the final time, clearing it with ease and heading his way to the finish of Red Bull Romaniacs 2026. Manny Lettenbichler carving his way down here through the course. A little bit of traffic to contend with. Firing it up.
It's got to be a good feeling knowing you've got this in hand, you've got time up your sleeve, you know you can take on every obstacle in this Leatt LIVemaniacs. It's just a matter of checking off the last little few bits. The one little sneaky surprise he doesn't know about, and yet he's still got the big final surprise, but pretty much home and hose at this point. Another really impressive, commanding, all the words performance from Manny Leatt.
I'm sure that motocross training that he's been doing on the KTM 450 SXF is really going to come into its own when he takes on the last obstacle here through the finish line. So Manny being patient, tackling on each obstacle as he makes his way through. He knows he is almost there. He has almost done it. Manny Leatt, 6-time Red Bull Romaniacs champion, is about to make it number 7. Oh, there he goes. One move.
Oh, yeah, fair enough. Fair enough, Manny. I think you could have done that, but what would I know? And also, you've got time up your sleeve, mate. Bring it home in one piece. Why would you risk it at this stage?
Yeah.
You know, Manny is definitely, he's a very, very calculated rider. He knows when to take the risks, when not to. He's a smart guy.
The racing behind Manuel Leatt is really, really tight between the other places. 3rd, 4th and 5th. Michi Volkner, James Moore and Mitch Brightmore, Ashton Brightmore, all in a tight chase. There's everything to play for them when they enter the arena. So that's it for Manny Leatt. He has completed the last loop of Leatt LIVemaniacs. He's now going to come his way into the finish.
Okay, so we know Manny's been training on the motocross track. Has he been training on the FMX ramps?
Oh, precision.
Yes, he has. Beautiful.
Great champions win races. The greatest redefine what's possible. Manuel Leatt has done it once again. That's his father, Andreas Leatt in shot. What a moment for father and son here.
And he's really made what's borderline impossible look easy this year.
This isn't just another victory for Manny Leatt. It's a reminder that we're witnessing another one of the greatest hard enduro careers the sport has ever seen. Chris, what emotions is Manny going through here as we see Martin van Arnhem with Manny Leatt? He's had so much pressure on his shoulders to try and match the record of Graham Jarvis of 7 wins, something that tries to put off and not talk about because it has it on, but he has done it. He has achieved 7 wins in the gold category of Red Bull Romaniacs.
That is absolutely incredible. And to get 7 finishes at Red Bull Romaniacs is impressive, but to 7 wins, you would think it unthinkable. It's such a long race. It's such a tough race. There's so much that can go wrong here, but Manny's just managing it. He seems like he's got skill, speed, and endurance in reserve at any point. He drops the hammer when he has to. He maintains when he has to. An amazing result, Manny.
For years, Graham Jarvis was the one that set the standard that every hard enduro rider aspired to. But today, Manny Leatt, he stands alongside him. 2 riders, 7 Red Bull Romaniacs victories each. 2 of the greats in the era of hard enduro racing, forever linked by this extraordinary race, Red Bull Romaniacs.
Yes, I have Manny Leatt next to me. I'm just letting him take his breath a bit. Manny, you make everything look so freaking easy. Congratulations, now you equaled Graham Jarvis' record. 7 titles at Red Bull Romaniacs. How do you feel?
Speechless. Honestly, I was thinking when I was running into this grass field, I was like, it's just nuts how my career went so far, you know, like we got 7 wins here at this Red Bull Romaniacs, this crazy race, and yeah, I didn't expect that, so it's just unreal feeling. I think another win is so much hard work what you put in, and I didn't expect that to get another one, which is great.
We heard a lot of mixed feelings from you this week. Which was the moment when you said, this is why I love Red Bull Romaniacs?
Hey, maybe this finish line area, honestly. It's like the best feeling ever, but I think we had some really good riding. Like, I enjoyed these hard hills after the service. It was maybe a bit too hard, but like you just took your time. I didn't have to rush it. I knew that tier went wrong this morning, so I really just took my own pace, and it was great. I could really enjoy it, and yeah, everybody's stoked. You meet so many people, you know, you meet so many different riders from different countries. In the elevator, everybody's in the same boat. Everybody's tired from day one on, and it's just great to share more or less the same feelings with every rider out there.
For sure, Mani, congratulations, and we know that someone is following you now live. Look at the camera and share a message to your family.
Cheers. Yeah, it's actually it's our anniversary day, so.
Wow!
Yeah.
Congratulations! 2 anniversaries in one day.
Yeah, 2 anniversaries in one day. So yeah, big shout out to my my wife, and my little one Ella. Absolutely lovely to have you there, and see you tomorrow.
Fantastic, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, congratulations for the champion!
Chris, so great to see Manny Littenbichler finally just expressing those emotions, letting it all come out. He's been poker faced through the whole week, not really giving an inch, but now finally those emotions taking over.
Yeah, I feel with Manny, it's the race starts at the prologue, and it does not stop until he crosses this finish line.
Yeah.
Like, off the bike, on the bike, he's either racing, preparing, recovering. He knows exactly what he needs to do to get himself through this absolutely grueling challenge, and it's really good to see. And let the guard down, let it all out, and show what it means to be a 7 times Red Bull Romaniacs winner.
So I think my mathematics is correct, but that is 4 in a row here for Manuel Littenbichler at Red Bull Romaniacs. 4 times in a row, the champion, gold class competitor of Red Bull Romaniacs. And Chris, let's talk about Graham Jarvis for a second, because the record is shared and the legends Manny Littenbichler and Graham Jarvis now stand together.
It's with Manny's dominance, it's almost easy to forget what Graham achieved at this event. You know, he was absolutely unbeatable for so many years. And then, although I think Graham was a little unfortunate, he got to this later on in his career. He'd already getting on in years when he started. Manny's significantly younger, and man, he could push that number out double digits easy.
So let's take a break now for a commercial break, because that's been quite intense. Chris, what an achievement by Manny Littenbichler. But we have to remember Graham Jarvis he had so many 7 victories as well, and I wouldn't quite call it the changing of the guard, not yet, because Graham Jarvis hasn't been replaced. He's still there, he's still competing and still influencing the sport.
Yeah, I think a record that Manny is going to potentially struggle to beat. Graham Jarvis is about to finish Red Bull Romaniacs at 51, 52.
Yeah.
Manny's got a while to wait if he's going to break that record. It's, you know, when having Graham Jarvis in the sport makes the sport better. It's so cool to see him still doing it, still doing what he loves more than anything else in life. And now doing it on this JRV, that seems to have given him a whole new burst of enthusiasm. And if that keeps him in the sport, that's a good thing for us.
Yeah, definitely. The JRV giving him a new motivation to keep going and push the boundaries of the sport. As we welcome some of the other competitors and the other classes coming here into the finish, and we have Kevin Gullis with Diana.
Yes, I have Kevin Gallas with me. Kevin, I've heard you're happy to arrive at the finish this time, comparing to last year.
Yeah, last year I shared a hospital room with you, so I prefer to be here at the finish line in one piece, enjoying the crowd, enjoying the show.
What was the most challenging part this week?
This week, honestly, I would say the level of competition was really high, and for our, let's say, riding level and speed, the tracks were a bit easy and there was a lot of riders in front of us. So this combination was so difficult. We were fighting for seconds and it was a really sketchy racetrack in some areas. But definitely the level of competition is really high. This was the most challenging, but also looking to the future, this is the most enjoyable part.
Was there any moment when you said, that's it, I'm not coming to Romaniacs anymore?
No, not that extreme, but definitely moments of lessons learned and also the feedback we gave to the organization, and also they listened to us, which is amazing. We are creating this, let's say, this scene or this category together, and we want to make the best show for the people and also the best race for the riders. And this takes time. It's not going to be the easiest or a thing that happens in 1 week, but working year by year, and hopefully we will get to a point where everybody finishes and is super, super happy.
Thank you very much, Kevin.
Thank you so much.
Chris, how impressive was Kevin Gullis up that hill climb?
Yeah, Kevin can go home telling his friends, telling his family, I am the new ADV bike hill climb champion. That's an award that he can take home. Yeah, a lot of talk about the adventure class, changes to the track required, maybe expectations versus reality. We were all talking about this together with the guys, and I said, you know, if you guys are finding it sketchy, you could just slow down a little bit if you want, like that. That would make it safer. And there was a smile amongst the group, and no, that's not what we're here to do. We've just seen Johnny Walker coming into the arena on his Triumph. This is an incredible performance from Johnny. Like, he is not riding a race-prepared bike in any way. I think they've done a little bit of work to the suspension. I think they've changed the wheels. It's basically a standard bike that he's racing. Every time he switches it off, he has to switch the traction control off, switch the ABS off. It's a street bike that he's racing. And we're seeing him line this thing up now. Johnny Walker, an absolute legend of the sport.
So let's also bring you some of the results of the other classes here, because we've had tight racing in the bronze category as well, and provisionally Benjamin Richter has taken the win over the Romanian David Rușanescu on the Adventure Enduro .ro, and the absolute legend of Red Bull Romaniacs, Manu Guineș, completing 23 editions of Red Bull Romaniacs. That is something in itself. And in 5th place we have Tash Ahasha Firfa, the lady rider, in 5th in the bronze class.
She came past on the hill I was standing on 2 days ago, and my gosh, she was flying, like absolutely hauling us. I think she was potentially the fastest rider I saw through that section. Really impressive result from her, leading the way.
We also saw her through the city prologue, accelerating hard through the different obstacles and absolutely taking on the challenge here of Red Bull Romaniacs.
And this is what we're seeing on the screen now. This is what you don't want. You're, 20 meters from the finish of Red Bull Romaniacs. You're buried on a log, you've got no energy left, you're thrown out a lifeline hoping for the best. Johnny Walker bringing the triumph over the finish. That is a huge, huge effort. Maybe not the result that he wanted, but man, getting that bike around the finish in one piece, that is impressive. Is that? And I've screwed it up completely because that's not Johnny Walker, that's Sam Sunderland.
Sam Sunderland.
In the wrong class, damn it!
That's okay, Chris.
Sam, you've done very well too. Ivan Cervantes there congratulating him, member of the Triumph team. And there's Johnny.
So Ivan Cervantes, absolute legend of the sport here at Red Bull Romaniacs. Unfortunately, he had some big issues. He had a major crash on day one, which put him out of the rally, but he is here to welcome home his teammates Sam Sunderland and Johnny Walker.
Meanwhile, back in the bog.
So some of the iron riders are also starting to come through now, and these riders are living exactly what Romaniacs is all about, which is survival. Let's go to Diana, who is with two-time Dakar Rally champion Sam Sunderland.
Yes, I have Sam Sunderland right here with me. Sam, very nice pants right here. What happened?
Needed a bit of airflow. Wow. The vibes are going off here at the finish is always cool. I started out today pushing really hard and trying to catch the lead, and in one moment I was leading, but then just after the service I had a little fall down and broke the clutch lever, and after that was game over. I didn't have a spare one with me and had to use the cable as a lever, and it was quite challenging. I crashed 5 or 6 more times, and just happy to see the finish. You know, it's always a cool race and a lot of stories along the way and a lot of memories.
You mentioned that it was game over. Sam, no one who arrives at the finish is game over. Everyone who arrives at the finish is a winner already. It's Red Bull Romaniacs, is the toughest Hard Enduro rally. You are on a freaking adventure bike.
Yeah.
So
thank you very much. It's true. It's time for a beer or 5.
or 5, that sounds good. Thank you very much and congratulations. You did great.
Thank you.
Back to you guys.
It's great having a Dakar legend like Sam Sunderland being at Red Bull Romaniacs and just loving every minute of it. How do you ride an adventure bike to the finish of Red Bull Romaniacs with no clutch?
That's a challenge.
Incredible achievement just to get that thing home. And it shows, the determination these guys got. That would have been a perfect excuse to park it up for the day. But no, Sam's going to bring it home. He's got no quit in him.
So every rider that's reaching the hill climb today knows that they're only minutes away from joining the list of Red Bull Romaniacs finishers, and what an achievement it is after 4 brutal days that they've been through, the achievement that they'll stay for them for the rest of their lives,
Yeah, it's an absolutely unforgettable experience trying to get when you finally cross this finish line in the arena here at Red Bull Romaniacs. Been very fortunate. I've done it several times, and I think I can remember the feeling every single time. It never, ever gets old. The harder you go through, the digger you have to deep during the event. The digger you have to dig during the event, the better the feeling is when you get here.
So let's see about the clip about the dust here that we have in this hill climb arena.
This looks to me like war in the dust.
So all sorts of challenges that the racers have to complete or go through at least before they complete the Red Bull Romaniacs, the 2026 edition.
The dusty conditions like that are almost never people's favourite conditions, but it's all part of being an enduro rider. You have to manage the situation that you're dealt with. Obviously, there's skill involved in managing that dust. There's a bit of luck and quite a bit of bravery as well, and it's all skill sets you need to be a Red Bull Romaniacs finisher.
So as we see some of the different obstacles that Andy Fazakas and his team have put together here, just thinking back at some of them on the previous years, one of my favorite was the aquaplaning one that they had to go through when Johnny Walker took the win and everybody picked him up and threw him into the water for the celebration.
That was crazy that year, right? And it was a very, back in those days we had live in-person riders briefings. And they told us all about this aquaplaning obstacle in the riders briefing, but not everybody went to it. And it was very easy to tell the guys that bothered to stay up late and go to the riders briefing and those that didn't. Some guys thought it was a couple of inches deep, and it was more like 1.5 meters deep. You could not ride through that unless you were wide open, skimming across the top. I think fourth, or maybe, yeah, probably fourth gear. There's always some unique challenges ready and waiting for you as you descend down into this arena. So in the bottom of the screen there, you can see two Kiwi guys. They've ridden together through the whole adventure core class, done the whole thing together, and now they're finishing it together. That's good effort, boys, bringing it home.
So Martin has a clip for us on the track preparations for these adventure bikes. Let's go check it out.
Got to keep running. Hard knock, anti-hero, aftershock, 60 from zero, way out past the lines. Rest up here to get what's mine.
So we're eagerly awaiting the other competitors in the gold class for the Leatt LIVemaniacs, because we have very close racing between Theodor Kovachev, James Moore, Mitch Brightmore, Ashton Brightmore, and Matthew Green. Matthew Green has had a very, very good race this year at Red Bull Romaniacs.
Yeah, Matt knows how to dig deep. He's not scared of these long days. He's not scared of these multi-day events. I think it's a skill set that you learn in South Africa if you're going to race enduro bikes there, right? And Matt's had a really good race this year.
And he had a bit of a something to contend with yesterday. What happened was that they couldn't move his van from the overnight stop at Petroshan because one or two technical errors with it, and the van was full with all his riding gear, his nutrition, everything that he needed. So he had to actually start today's race in the gear and everything that he had from yesterday. But he went pretty well yesterday, so maybe that's why he's on it again today.
Just an extra little marathon stage for him. Yeah, you got to roll with the punches in this event. And sometimes you can start to think, how many more punches does this event have? So you see Gas rider there, one of the few guys in the four strokes in this event, getting through what is hopefully the final last punch for him. We can't have you guys going home clean. I think this is one of these obstacles that is going to get progressively more and more difficult as the day progresses. The holes are going to dig out deeper between the logs. It's going to get challenging, that one. I think we're going to see a lot of physicality and guys dragging their bikes through that stuff. Also, our Adventure Ultimate guys have to get through there as well. So every enduro bike that digs the hole a little bit deeper, it's pretty challenging trying to drag a 200 kilogram adventure bike on its sump through a bog.
Yes. We also had the Atom riders coming through here, and the biggest story here isn't the leader in the Atom category, it's the drama. The overall leader, Bas Fokema, retired completely, changing the race. And in that category, you will also find Brandon and Taryn Yule. They are the have the YouTube channel, which is at Hard Enduro, World Hard Enduro, and there you can follow all the news, the latest updates, and everything you need to know about the world of Hard Enduro.
You can also look on their channel and see the build-up. They've documented the whole build-up of Brandon and Taryn, husband and wife team, getting ready to take on Red Bull Romaniacs. And Taryn's done amazingly well. She has 0 race experience. She's really new to riding, and they've just decided, no, we're going to use this as a goal. Taryn and Brandon have managed to race Red Bull Romaniacs together as a husband and wife whilst living in China. Not the easiest place to train for Red Bull Romaniacs. It's been a solid effort, and I can't wait to see those two at the finish line.
Little bit of a line on the left developing there where Mario Roman opened up before he came in to take the win in the Adventure Ultimate category.
So he's going to do his best to pop that front wheel up. Come on, you can find, there's got to be somewhere in all that slop, there's got to be a bit of traction. You can do this.
And Chris, mentally, how do these guys get through an obstacle like that? They've now been 4 days of long riding in the mountains before they have to take on this last obstacle. As we see, Tero Kabatchev looks like has now entered the arena. So here we go. Here are the other gold riders coming in now to take on the Leatt LIVEmaniacs.
So what's going to be really interesting here, obviously we've seen Manny has just dropped the hammer today and put a huge gap in on these guys. There is the race within the race though. We need to see what the difference is between Teo and the following riders, as we still have a bit of a race going on for the podium.
Yeah, because Tero Kabatchev, as we mentioned earlier, made a slight navigation error this morning and lost almost 12 minutes, but looks like he's worked hard to try and get that back now ahead of James Moore, Mitch Brightmore, Ashton Brightmore and Matthew Green, as well as Mickey Volkner, who could be on the podium for the very first time in his career here at Red Bull Romaniacs.
And you might wonder how a navigation error happens. I mean, I'm sure Teo's going to be kicking himself for it no matter what I say. The tracks are marked. We have the GPS, but you've got to remember you're racing, you're pushing. Every time you drop your eyes to look at the GPS, the time you're taking your eyes off the track. And with the dust today, with the rocks around that we've had around Sibiu on these trails, you're trying to absolutely minimize those checks on the GPS. So I would imagine what Teo has unfortunately done is he's missed a split. So maybe he's gone down a silver track, down an atom track by mistake instead of seeing the gold section. And at some point he's dropped his vision, he's looked at the GPS, not seen the line and gone, oh my gosh, what have I done? And he's had to turn around, head back and get himself onto the right track. And the whole time you're doing that, you're just absolutely hemorrhaging time.
So Tero Kabatchev at the start of today had just on 25 minutes of third place Mickey Volkner as we watch Teo go up the hill climb. Listen to that 300cc two-stroke machine, Sherco Factory Racing. Tero Kabatchev, let's go, boy!
Nicely done. Beautiful line to the left on the wall, Ed.
Cleans that section, Tero Kabatchev. So he is making his way through here now.
There's a big burn skid mark going up that wall now from Teo Kabatchev, and it's a bit of dirt that no one else has touched despite hundreds of attempts at this course. And this is where these guys, they're so gifted, not gifted, they're so damn good at their line selection. No one else would even thought about that, but he's kind of swung the pendulum out to the right, and that's allowed him to blast up the wall, get out of the V, get out of the compression that's been created by all these other riders, and invent a whole different way in the moment to attack this famous hill climb.
And the podium positions are by no means final yet, because we have still got Mickey Volkner and James Moore also in contention for that third spot on the podium. There was just over 18 minutes separating Mickey Volkner and James Moore. James Moore has been on a rampage yesterday and today, trying to chase down Mickey Volkner. Let's see who's going to make it into the arena here.
So Teo's first time around through here, and he's going to have in his head again, what have you got for me, Martin? What are you going to do to us? He'll have the marks of Manny to follow. That's an advantage for sure. But piecing this thing all together, making his way around, and it's going to be in the back of his mind. Have they got anything crazy? Have they hidden anything from us? These guys probably would have come out here last night and had a bit of a look around and checked it out. We're just really close to Sibiu, so that would have been the smart thing to do. But you never know for sure on this event. There's almost always a surprise lurking somewhere.
In a few editions past, we had Mario Roman and Alfredo Gomez in a very tight battle for a second. And on that downhill there where Tero Kovacev has just gone down, the riders had to go up. And as much as he tried, Alfredo Gomez just could not clear that section and actually lost his second place. So nothing is quite done here until they cross the finish line. So Tero coming around for this freestyle ramp where we thought Manny might clear the whole section. Let's see what Teo's got for us. Full throttle. And is he? Oh, yeah. So good decision there on his first lap. Checking it out. But from the sound of the acceleration there, I thought he was going for it.
That might be one of those lines that looks really good on a screen. And when you get there, oh, okay. No, sorry, I misunderstood. Awesome work from Teo, blowing through there. He's looking fast. As you would expect the guy that's coming second to Red Bull Romaniacs to look.
And Tero Kovacev winning the prologue this year at Red Bull Romaniacs for the first time ever. He got his race off to the absolute perfect start, was definitely one of the main contenders to take on the win here at Red Bull Romaniacs. Has had a very solid race so far. Lost quite a bit of time on day 2 at Leatt LIVEmaniacs, but has shown that he's got true grit and determination, and has certainly got what it takes to be on the podium here.
And it is, we did hope that Teo would be able to bring the fight to Manny a bit more, close the gap and potentially even push him for the win. But man, it's still an incredible ride. Like, Teo has come second to the potential new greatest of all time of the sport.
Yeah.
And he's put a fair bit of time, a fair bit of work on the rest of the field. It's been a very, very solid race for Teo.
And Teo has been, his ambition has been to take the win in Red Bull Romaniacs for a couple of years now. He is just so determined, works so hard. One of the fittest riders in the gold class, which is saying something, because those guys are all elite athletes.
It seems like he's maybe got a little bit lost again.
Got a bit lost.
Yes. Okay. Another navigation error.
So Teo, he's coming around now. He's got to go back towards that ski jump and make his way around for the second loop of Leatt LIVeManiacs. So he's back on course now.
A moment of confusion there. We've got to remember how freaking tired these guys are at this point. The adrenaline's through the roof, but the body's fuel light is absolutely flashing red. This is a place where mistakes can happen.
Firing up now. He's given it all. He's got Tero Kovacev on day 2. Absolutely emptied himself to stay as close as he could to Manny Lettenbichler and stay ahead of Mickey Volkner, who's been having an incredible race in 3rd place.
I think one thing you've got to applaud Teo for, like, he has 100% given everything he has to try and beat Manny. He's held nothing back. Like, we saw how he absolutely emptied his tank on day 2. And it's been a really, I guess the word is, like, it's been a valiant effort.
Yes, certainly. And Tero Kovacev on the Shoko Factory Racing on the SE 300cc bike. He's from Bulgaria. He knows these conditions really well. He's definitely done his homework and his best efforts this year to try and take the win here at Red Bull Romaniacs.
Absolutely greasing that gap jump, putting it exactly where it needs to be.
Smooth over that one.
Very
wow.
nice. We've seen guys go long on that. We've seen guys go short on it, but that was putting it right in the pocket. Lining up the big, famous hill climb. I don't think there's anybody in his way, and he's going to send it.
So 3rd gear now. Let's go, Teo. Oh, greasing at smoothie. Chris, as he jumps in the air there, it sounds like he just clipped it down into seconds so he could just power his way out the top of it.
Absolutely, dropping it down again, landing exactly in the meat of the power. And again, he's used that line slightly to the left. Everyone else is going straight up the guts and smashing into an ever-increasing hole. One of the things we talk about at the riding schools that I put on, we call it the 90-10 rule.
Okay.
90% of riders only really use 10% of the track. 10% of riders use 90% of it. And that's exactly the perfect example of right there on our screens of Teo opening up what seemed like a one-line situation and making it work for him. Another big full power drive all the way up.
So behind Tero Kovachev, we should be having James Moore, Matthew Green, Mickey Volkner, Mitch Brightmore, and Tero's teammate Lorenzo Gondola on the Shoko Factory Racing. And it's a super hot day out there today. Expected to reach to 35 degrees. The crowd is soaking up the sun here.
Pretty glad we've got a tent to hide in, to be honest. Yeah, it's always a hot one down here. It's like a cauldron that you drop into and go, I'm already hot, I'm already dehydrated, I'm already on empty. Okay, dig a little bit deeper, get yourself to the finish, but I've never done 3 laps around here before. That seems like an extra level of torture. On the gas, driving it up. Whoa, a bit sideways but loose. Hey, bless those long legs. They just came in.
And his high seat.
Yeah. Lining it up, backing it into the Leatt barrier. Another big full power launch. See him just kicking his leg out to the right there to kind of pull the balance and get the bike to swing more to the right. As he launched, it kind of started to pull to the left. That's not an option. Throw the leg out, pull the weight in that direction, pull it back in the direction he needs it to go. Matty Green.
Matthew Green with no shirt on.
Okay. Not quite sure. A little something for the ladies.
I think what might have happened there is that you could get a picture of it on his backpack. Matty actually burnt himself yesterday. He had a big burn mark on his back. So that may have been aggravating him with the shirt on this morning. So just got rid of that to try and be a little bit more comfortable. But this is definitely a first year.
I'm sorry, I can't stop laughing. Only Matt Green.
Matthew.
Yeah, watch your elbows, boy. Only Matty Green would think it was a good idea to finish Romaniacs topless. That is awesome. Matty, you are a legend.
Matthew Green, always in a good mood, no matter the circumstances. Such a cheerful guy.
Okay. That might test the limits of the mood. Okay, now he knows he's got to give it a little bit more, find a bit more drive, a bit more gas off that ramp, send it a little bit further. I'm sure he can.
So Matthew Green, he is third here into the arena of the Leatt LIVEmaniacs. Matthew Green on a great run today so far. Just getting rid of the dust in his gloves there as he's shaking out his hands as Tero Kovachev arrives. So let's see, is Manny going to give it to Tero? No, here he goes. There you go. That's better.
That's the drive you needed. That's the launch you needed. Teo knows exactly how this is done now. Commentator's curse. Up is up. You're up there. That'll count.
Oh, nice roost there from him, though, so that looked good.
Digging the hole a little bit deeper for the next guy.
This Matthew Green now making his way down the hill climb.
Mr. Muscles. He's not even scared about sunburn.
No.
Hope he's
South African, he's not scared.
Yeah,
He's checking it out here. Matthew Green is making his way to the start of the hill climb over the hip jump. Matthew Green loves his mountain biking, so he knows exactly what to do on the jumps here as well.
All the way to the bottom on that one. I'm not sure the Hard Enduro forks would have given him too much left there. Matty's going to line her up.
So let's go, Matty Green. Let's go, boy.
Bit of help from the Blues guys there. Matty Green, a Blues Tyres rider.
As Tero Kovacev just got the jump on him there and has now cleared the hill climb for the last time. Let's see Matthew Green. Come on, sarking up the crowd here. Let's go, Matty Green. Doesn't look like he quite has the speed there. Oh, he's just going to do it.
That was lucky. That was a bit close. The back end kicked so violently sideways there. I think what happened there is he tried to take Teo's line to the left, but he hadn't swung it out enough to the right first to kind of push the momentum that way. Really, a lot of skill, a lot of strength to pull that off. Well done, man.
Those are nervous moments there as Matthew Green was making his way up. To me, looked like he just didn't quite have the speed as the others had, but making it through, so good on him.
I can only imagine Penny Green, Matt's mum, oh my boy, what are you doing?
Matty, always an entertainer.
You're going to give your mum grey hairs doing that sort of stuff, Matt.
So interesting for us here that Matthew Green has been on a charge. He's passed James Moore and Mitch Brightmore on the road as well as Ashton and Mickey Volkner. So Matthew having an outstanding day here today.
Actually, that is incredible. Excuse me, that's incredible. Matt, sorry.
Get that frog out your throat there, Chris, for a second. But yeah, Matty on an absolute charge. He's taken advantage of day 4 here at the Red Bull Romaniacs to try and make his way up the standings.
I think we've kind of let what I was trying to say, we've kind of let the shirtless antics gloss over the fact that this has been an absolutely incredible day for Matt. He's made a lot of time on his rivals. Currently sitting in 3rd overall, is it?
Yeah.
For the day. That's impressive, Matt. Good ride.
So we're also going to pick up Tero Kovacev pretty soon. He's going to be in the finish, which will most probably be the 2nd place on the podium for Tero Kovacev.
Is that Manny giving his mate Matt a bit of advice?
And Mario as well. Mario Roman to the left of Manny Littenbichler there. These guys all big buddies. They train together. They work together in the gym. And that's another one of the great aspects of hard enduro racing.
Oh, just got it. That'll work. Up is up, boy. Well done, Matt. It's one of the most, I think it's a beautiful thing about the sport of hard enduro. Almost everyone, I believe everyone gets on with everyone else.
Yes.
In this sport, it's as much about racing each other as it is racing the course. And it's so cool to see you guys, like Manny, he's just had an incredible victory and his thoughts go to his fellow riders. That's pretty cool.
So there's quite a few overtakes going on here between Matthew Green and Tero Kovacev as we see Tero lining it up here to make his way down to the finish. Are we going to see Matthew Green taking on the big freestyle jump or opting to go through the water trough a little bit later?
If I was a gambling man, I'd say the jump. I reckon Matty's got the jump.
Tero Kovacev firing up here. Let's go, Tero. As Matthew Green didn't make that one there. So these are the overtakes we were talking about. Matthew Green, you just saw at the bottom of your picture, having to come back down again.
I think that's been a reoccurring theme of the race this year. It's been quite challenging for the guys to make time. You make time by your fellow competitors losing time. Unfortunately, we've seen a mistake there from Matty, and he's going to start losing a bit of that time, hemorrhaging a bit of it, as we see Teo lining up what is a pretty sizable gap on a hard enduro bike.
Oh, wow. Sending it. Absolutely sending it. Tero Kovacev, Shoko Factory Racing in the finish line in 2nd position, Red Bull Romaniacs 2026.
He looks very, very happy with that. That is a strong result, Teo. You've done an amazing job, an amazing race. You've pushed absolutely everything. We've seen that playing out live on our screens. Really amazing effort from Teo. Should be stoked with that, boy.
Tero Kovacev in 2nd place overall. He has been on Manny Lettenbichler, the rider, taking it to Manny Theodor, winning day 3 yesterday at Red Bull Romaniacs, and is now in the finish and has taken second place on the podium. Matthew Green now out for his last loop of Leatt LIVEmaniacs. Somebody please get some after sign for Matty Green.
Tomorrow he might not be so keen on that decision, eh?
Nice. So kicking his way up, making it up. He's got this big vertical wall to get up before he takes on the ski jump again. Let's go to Diana in the finish line with Theodor Kabachev.
Yes, I have Theodor Kabachev right now here with me. Theo, what feels heavier, your hands or your bike?
My hand.
Why?
Why? It's strong or looks heavy? No, to me it's normal. The bike today was, the track today was really, really hard. And my problem in the beginning didn't make it easier, but I pushed as hard as I could and I made up a lot of positions. I'm happy for the team, I'm happy for everyone here supporting me. I think we did a good job.
What problems did you have in the beginning?
One of the fuses apparently was like punctured and I had to figure it out and I lost a lot of time, but I'm happy that we got that I managed to find the fuse and change it, and even after 20 minutes start rolling again.
Which one was the toughest day at Romaniacs this year?
Oh, today for sure. And also it's the last one, you know, like we have been riding already for like 18 hours and in the last day 6 more or 5 more. Just the track was hard and the fatigue also, we can feel it.
This morning at the start, what were you looking forward to? Like this is the last final day, I'm gonna finish now, I'm looking forward to go home? Or you were excited to race one more day?
No, you cannot think since the beginning that you're gonna arrive here. I mean, like, for sure that's somewhere in the brain, but still we have a long day to go. It's the last day and today we knew that it's gonna be hard, so we had to be prepared to keep pushing until the end.
I just saw your finger bleeding. What happened?
This is from day 1. So I've been with it since day 1. Yeah, it's already healing.
Gotcha.
Small scratch.
Theo, congratulations. You're on the podium again. I'll see you there. Don't run, okay? Because we're going to have the podium this year here.
Can I go in the shadow? Do you allow me?
Yeah, okay, good.
Okay.
Back to you guys.
Outstanding result there from Theodor Kabachev in second place on the Shoko Factory Racing.
And Theo, like, a lot of national pride there, eh? Like, you never see him without the flag, representing his country. Nice to see. I think we've seen one shot of a sort of sneaky beta rider, and that's going to be James Moore of South Africa. He's had a really good, strong day today as well in this Leatt LIVemaniacs section. I'm sure we'll see some shots of him soon enough. Another really strong event for him.
So James Moore has entered the arena. That is him in our picture now. He's just going to have a look at that gap jump. Doesn't want to risk anything because he is in a fight here for the last position on the podium against Michi Volkner.
I think what we might have seen there is a guy that didn't maybe come out for a walk last night. That gap jump is completely blind. You can't see where you need to land from where you launch it. So if you don't know what it is, it's really daunting.
And James actually just took the chicken line there, so not wanting to risk it. As he goes up the hill, come on, James Moore. Oh, keep it together. Let's go up the step. Yes, James. Let's go, James.
All the way to the top, first time. Awesome effort. James is on a heater today.
Absolute heater. He's just been building and building and building his momentum through the race since the prologue. He never had a greatest run in the prologue, finishing in about 12th position. Not really his specialty, but he knew once we get into those Carpathian mountains, he is going to take the fight to the rest of the field. And every single day, he's been getting stronger and stronger. James Moore, Alfredo Gomez racing team on the Beta 300cc RR machine. Having a look here at this big wall in front of him now. James, like the others, must do 3 loops here of Leatt LIVEmaniacs. As we see Matthew Green now making his way down the last hill. So Matthew Green just about in the finish here. What a ride from Matthew Green. Topless.
Matt's got one more, right?
He's got one more.
Yeah, he's got
Sorry
one
about that.
One more lap.
Sorry. But, keen to get him in the finish.
Yeah, we just want to see these guys bring it home. And we just don't want them sunburnt. So Matt's first run up this hill, bit sideways, a bit loose. Second time, nice and tidy. We'll see what the third run looks like.
So we're waiting for Miki Volkner from Austria on the gas 300cc machine. Marco Volkner has had an outstanding race as well. In the first day 1 and day 2 was absolutely on a charge after Manny Littmichler and Tero Kabachev, but he is losing time here today.
He does have some time to lose, though, doesn't he? So
he had about 18 minutes on James Moore coming into the start of today. But we need to see him in picture pretty soon.
Yeah, I wonder if we're seeing a problem or if we're seeing just race management. He knows he's got time up his sleeve, and if he's just kind of bringing it home in one piece. We've seen it's really dusty for the guys today. He might have just decided, no, I know I've got time up my sleeve. I'm just going to bring it home. I hope it's that. That's what I want it to be.
Yeah, that would be the wise thing. And Matthew, not getting the drive there. But he's going to get some help, is he, from our track managers on the side there to get it up and over. Revving it out there. Great job, Matty Green.
It seems really challenging to get the drive up that ramp. It's not consistent, right? Like you'd expect just loading into that wood, you would get a good launch every time. But there's obviously some weird changes in the shape. The tire is loading and unloading, and quite hard to lay the traction down to get a sufficient launch up that obstacle.
Yeah, and the run up to it is really short, so where they need to back it up and almost do a motocross style start to launch it up that ramp is digging a rut down and getting down to the soft sand here at the hill climb finish.
That's a good point. That might be one of these obstacles that we see gets progressively more difficult as we go through, as that launch area on the dirt just turns into silt. Matt nice and smooth over that jump. The guy in front of him is deciding it's not for him, and Matt's going to show him the way.
Oh, nice.
Puts it in the pocket. Nicely done. Bit easier on the wrist that time.
So here he goes for the last time now up the hill climb in Sibiu.
Doing it for the boys.
That's good drive he's got there now. Taking the line of Tero Kabachev. What with ease, Matthew Green. Brilliant, boy.
Oh, a bit of style points at the end. Good job, Matty.
So I just want to give you some time differences here between Manuel Littenbichler and Tero Kabachev on day 4 of Red Bull Romaniacs. Manuel Littenbichler coming in 44 minutes ahead of Tero Kabachev today, which is quite a substantial gap.
What? 44 minutes? Are you sure?
That's what it's showing me.
44 minutes. That is incredible. It's good, worth mentioning. That's not 44 minutes over Tero Kabachev. That's 44 minutes and more over the world's best hard enduro riders. That is unbelievable.
Yeah, so actually if you combine all 4 days, and once again, please, this is just provisional, but Manny Littenbichler taking the win by 1 hour and 3 minutes to Tero Kabachev over the last 4 days of racing in the mountains in Romania.
I don't know what to say about that. How can
Domination.
how could you win Romaniacs by an hour? Is that a record? We'd have to look back and find out. I mean, I know Graham in the past has opened up an absolute can of whoop-ass on the boys.
Yeah.
He must have come pretty close to that in the past, but that is an incredible lead to pump out. Over an hour?
And some of the time gaps here on the Leatt LIVEmaniacs here at the hill climb finish. On the second loop, Manny Littenbichler doing it in 5 minutes and 51, and Tero Kabachev 5 minutes 31. So it's the first Leatt LIVEmaniacs stage where Tero Kabachev has had a faster lap time than Manny.
Go, Matt. Get it in one.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
nice. Oh, he's going for the
he's
whole
got
one.
it.
Yeah, boy.
One and done. Yeah,
what
boy.
a boy, Matthew Green, the first rider to clear that whole section in one move.
Saving the best to last. That was nice.
I couldn't be happier here for Matthew Green. This is going to be his best result here at Red Bull Romaniacs. What a ride he's had. Oh,
Come on,
just
get it, get it, get it.
Getting faster and faster and better and
Nice.
better. So Matthew Green now finally making his way down the last section of Leatt LIVEmaniacs to the finish arch under the Red Bull banner at the finish line of Red Bull Romaniacs.
Are we going to see some style for Matty over the freestyle ramp? It's not his first time hitting a big ramp, that's for sure. Often it's on a bicycle into a dam, though. Yeah, man. Oops, gosh, you would not want to. You would not want to have come up much shorter there, Matt. But amazing day. Probably his strongest day finish ever in Red Bull Romaniacs, and doing it shirtless. That is something you're going to remember.
Awesome stuff by Matthew Green. What a ride. Brilliant stuff here. Matthew Green on the Regal Racing KTM 300cc. That's an outstanding achievement from him.
I'm really looking forward to this interview. I want to know the story behind it.
Me too. Matthew Green absolutely spent now. He has done it. He is in the finish of Red Bull Romaniacs 2026.
Do you think their hat's to keep the sun off, or it's for the sponsors?
Hey Matthew, can you tell us please the story of being half naked at the finish line?
4 is here, number 14.
Oh, wow.
One more time.
Sorry to my sponsors, I didn't really think about that at the time, but there's this kid who comes every year. I met him like 3 years ago. He's probably like, I don't know, 10, 11. And he always brings me water on the hills and like a banana. And today he gave me this water and there was still ice in it. It was so good. And I just drank that and it made me so refreshed. And I seen him at the GPS point. And he was like, please can I have your jersey? And I said, yeah, I'll give it to you at the finish. And he said, well, can't you give it to me now? And I said, oh, I mean, I guess. Like, so I gave him my jersey and I thought I'd just finish shirtless.
What a nice gesture from your side. So for how long did you race shirtless?
Not very long, only the last like 10 kilometers. But I mean, I tell you what, I've got a lot of jerseys back home, but he definitely doesn't have one of mine. So it'll definitely make him more happy than it will make me having a jersey on right now. And it wasn't too long ago that I was in his shoes, so I'm sure he's stoked. But what a day, Diana. It was sick. I enjoyed today.
I wanted to ask you more about today, for sure. Tell us about it.
Well, today was like, I would say, your typical Romaniacs day. Nice and hard. We found some moisture in the forest, so we really had to like push and use our technical abilities today, which I'm stoked I could, because the whole week's been pretty fast and nothing too hard. So finally I was able to ride like I know I can, and I think I've come across the line in third, and I'm happy with that. It was a good day. Yeah, James rode well. Me and James rode a bit towards the end, and the last hill I pulled away from him, but it's nice to see South African boys doing well, especially I think he's probably finished in 4th or 3rd, so I'm happy for him. You know, he's a good friend of mine, and we were talking last night about it, and he's pulled a bit of a gap on Michael, eh?
You should have slept last night, not talk with James. But yeah, I guess there's a good chemistry between you guys.
Yeah, he's a good friend of mine. I'm interested to see if he does the jump, because he doesn't normally like to jump. But yeah, no, it's cool, eh? I'm very grateful for my sponsors and my supporters. And Romaniac's not part of the World Championship, so my team's not here. So I really had to make it work to be here, and I'm glad I did, because it's what an adventure. Eh? It's a cool race.
Okay, Matthew, so we had very positive opinions from your side now. At this point, would you say that it was lekker?
Dan, I've been down that road once before, and it's not going to happen again, but it was very lekker, I'll tell you that, so it was good.
We're having a braai afterwards.
Yeah, we'll go have a braai and maybe a couple of brandies tonight. So I think I may not have won the race, but I might win the after party.
Congratulations, you're at the finish line, so you're definitely winning the race.
Thank you very much.
Thanks. Back to you guys.
Matthew Green, absolute character of the sport.
And amazing story. Lucky that kid didn't ask for his bike. That could have changed the race. But I think, great story, but we don't want to detract that from what an incredible actual result, what a time he's put in today.
Yeah, as we see, Mickey Volkner has entered the scene here at Leatt LIVEmaniacs, and these are now bringing flashbacks to what I saw and what we all witnessed a couple editions previously, where Alfredo Gomez was struggling to make his way through these sections. Mickey Volkner is fighting for the last step of the podium here with James Moore. We haven't had a shot of James Moore for a while, but he should be on his last loop of the Leatt LIVEmaniacs. It's going to be super tight here between Mickey Volkner and James Moore for that last step of the podium.
So again, we're seeing this Leatt LIVEmaniacs section be really pivotal in this year's event. And this is the battle for the final podium. So, oh my gosh, did you guys see that little flash of...
That looked like James to me, yeah.
That looked like some Leatt riding gear rotating in a really bad way. This is the race for the final spot on the podium happening on our screens right now. We've got Mickey working his way around, and I don't know what was happening. It did look a potential not quite get there, slight over the handlebars from James Moore.
But James has got to keep it together. He is fighting so hard for that last step on the podium here, and he's got to keep it together. He knows that he's been riding so well the last couple of days, but as has Mickey Volkner. Let's not take anything away from him.
Whoa! My gosh! Mickey, we don't need that nowadays. Is he okay? Is he okay?
Seen that yet.
Be okay.
Mickey Volkner sending it off that gap there, but we need to get some help down to him there.
Oh my gosh.
That's not what we want to see, because there is everything to fight for here.
I think the bike just got away from him, picked up too much speed. He didn't think he was going to be able to roll it, so pulled up instead of out and sent it all the way to the bottom. Oh, I hate to see that. I'm sure he's going to get all the help that he needs. What I really want to see is Mickey getting back on his bike. That would be cruel to come all this way.
And James Moore has now passed that area where Mickey Volkner is. James would have seen him there, and that is definitely not how James is going to want to take this podium if it ends up being that Mickey is injured, which hopefully he is not.
I'd imagine James will be being extra cautious on this downhill now. Yeah, you can see it's so hard for them to arrest the speed, and if you go sending off a drop like that too fast, you've got to pull up. Mickey's back on his bike.
He's back up and going.
He's rolling. What a boy.
What a relief, and great to see Mickey Volkner is back up on his bike. He's got to keep going now and get through these last sections.
James has got something going on. His forks are collapsed.
Oh my.
What on earth?
I've never seen that before. So James, he's in his own battle here. He's got his own things to contend with here. He's still got one more loop to do here of Leatt LIVEmaniacs with his front suspension absolutely collapsed.
What is going on there? Like, sometimes you see an air fork collapse. We don't run air forks in Hard Enduro. There's big metal springy things in there that are supposed to make that come back up again. This doesn't happen. I don't think I've ever seen this in a Hard Enduro race. So we've got a battle for the podium happening. Mickey Volkner's launching it all the way to the basement and collapsing his body.
So James is stopping now to try and figure this out now, but he's got to keep going. I don't think he's going to solve the problem here now. He's got to get on his bike and keep going, because time is ticking away now between him and Mickey Volkner.
The question is it possible to ride a motorcycle around this track with the front end collapse?
There's nothing he can do, though. He's not allowed any assistance here. He's got to do it on his own.
Like, how does this happen? Like, there's nothing there for it to catch on. Motorbikes don't do this. Come on, James.
Very, very strange, but unless the front wheel's not able to rotate and turn, James needs to try to do everything he can to get through this.
No,
I don't think they're going to get that down.
There's something catastrophically gone wrong in the front end of that beta.
See, yeah, James, you've got to get going, James. Come on, let's go. That must be so, so difficult to ride.
Okay, so maybe it works on the hill climbs. Maybe. You know, you've got the nice angle in the bike. That couldn't be an advantage. I really doubt it. But what goes up...
Drama.
Yeah. What goes up has to come back down. How are you supposed to ride down these downhills with the front end collapsed?
And it could be why we never saw James taking on the gap jumps in front of us a little bit earlier, because he may have suspected something already starting to go wrong there. But he's got to push on here. He's got to get going.
Okay, James, figure out a way to make this launch work.
Just lean back, boy. Send it, James. Come on, boy. You got to go. Oh,
yeah,
good boy. Well done. Wow. Brilliant.
That'll do. Up is up, boy.
Oh, up is up. Wow, absolute. I cannot believe the scenes that we are seeing here at the moment. Drama on the last day here of Red Bull Romaniacs. This is the fight for the podium position, the last step of the podium on the gold class. Drama unfolding in front of us. We had Mickey Volkner having a huge crash before us, and now James Moore, his bike, on the front forks of his bike have absolutely collapsed, and he's got to keep going here.
Okay,
Mickey Volkner.
This is the sketchy stuff. Now he has to drop back down.
He's got to just let it go. Just throw it down, James.
Yep, that'll work.
That'll do, because at the hill climb here, he can take the other lines. As we mentioned earlier, there are 3 or 4 other lines for the riders.
Oh, look, it's popped back. It's popped up again.
Oh, my
It's come
word.
back. Okay. Is it going to bounce up and down like a normal fork? Or is it going to stay there? It's back!
Oh, what relief.
What on earth is going on inside those forks?
So maybe when the bike was just tumbling there and going upside down,
yeah,
it's just released a valve or something that
it's still
has got it going. It's not
right.
It's far from right, but it's definitely better.
Okay, so now we know all he has to do is just cartwheel it down the hill and the forks come right. No, look, they're working.
They are working.
They're probably not working great.
No, it's down again.
Oh, James, don't do that jump.
He's got to take the. He's going to do the chicken line here as earlier. Yeah.
So James is an incredible rider, incredible talent. He sometimes gets a little bit overlooked because he's really quiet, polite, super well-mannered kid. He doesn't have a lot to say unless there's something to say. But underneath all that, he's obviously got a huge amount of determination, a really strong character. And
so he's going for it. He's going for it.
Go on, boy.
Come on, James. He's, you got to take. Oh, he's going to do it. He's doing it.
Way.
Oh my days!
All the way on a broken beta. You're the man, James.
Absolute respect, James Moore, taking it full on. Risk or reward, and he's going for the reward here because he wants to be on that third step of the podium. I'm eagerly looking. I'm trying to find Mickey Volkner in this arena here in front of us to see where Mickey Volkner is.
So you're right. We haven't seen Mickey on camera, but our booth here, we have a full view of the whole arena, and I can't see Mickey anywhere. I wonder if when we saw him getting up, I hope this isn't it. I truly, deeply, to the bottom of my soul, hope this wasn't it. That might have been him riding to get help rather than continue the event.
He was up on his feet though, so...
Oh, as we've just heard come through, unfortunately, I hate to say this, I don't even want to say it, Mickey's been looked after by the medics.
It doesn't mean he's out, so he's not out of the race, but he is with our medical team. They are with him there, assessing the situation and checking him out. I'm really hoping to see him get back on his bike and keep going, because he had quite a buffer of almost 20 minutes on James Moore here, eagerly waiting to see Mickey Volkner to see if he's going to get going again, as James Moore is trying to deal with his own problems here of his front forks absolutely exploding on him here, and he's trying to get his bike through the last bits of Leatt LIVemaniacs.
Oh, that is... I feel sick. I feel so sorry for Mickey. All I want you to do is find a way to get on your bike and get around 2 laps of a really extreme test, to be fair. I just hope he's okay. It would be unreal if we can find a way to get this guy to the finish. He's done so well this year. He's been in that solid podium position the whole time. Not a full-time competitor in the hard enduro scene. He's going to picks and chooses the races that he wants to do that work for him. And Romaniacs is a real favourite for him. He's had a really strong results here in the past.
Yeah, Mickey Volkner competing here in the first time in 2018 at the gold class in Romaniacs as a youngster, and he's been gaining experience year by year. He absolutely took the fight to Manny Littenbichler and Theodor Kovachev on the first days on the off-road stages in the Carpathian Mountains. And on the last day here, things are starting to unfold, and a lot of drama going on here for these last... well, not the last couple of guys, but these podium fighters of the Red Bull Romaniacs in the gold category.
So come on, James, launch it up there. On the gas, loads it up. Oh, that's not going to do it.
No, and his bike coming down as well, so he's going to have to take another run at it.
Oh, do you have to go all the way down and launch it off the ramp to get the speed, or can he back it into that liquid moly barrier there and launch that sideline?
That's a good question. Let's
first
see what
he has to get the tyres on the bottom first. Currently the tyres are on the top. They should be on the bottom generally on a motorcycle. So we need to sort that out.
He's getting it up now. I think, personally, I think he's got to get it back down and give it another go up that freestyle ramp, because in that position he's out there with Paul Bolton, it looks like, is
it's Mike
there.
Mike Skinner giving him a bit of motivation, a bit of advice. I think if he backs it in by that liquid moly barrier, there's a line there. Yeah, that's what he's going to do. Oh, no, I'd say it wrong. He's going to go back down and send it again.
He's going back down. So James is going to have another crack at it here to try and get as high as he can up that hill. Remember, he has no suspension in the front wheel of his bike because it has seemed to have collapsed on him here, and he's got to try and contend and deal with that as he lines it up. He's just got to send it.
Come on, James. Good drive this time.
Let's go, let's go.
That'll do.
Yes, James.
That'll do. Gets the back wheel just jammed in that pocket there. And that's up.
So what a read. If he's going to push it out here from there, he's just about in the finish here. He's got to get it up this last little bit of the hill climb and then make his way down to the finish. Let's go, James. So this is the last one now. He's got to get up. James Moore up now. He's almost in the finish line. I just, Chris, I need a breath here from the drama that's been going on this last day of Red Bull Romaniacs.
It's a lot, but man, again, like, how lucky are we? We've managed to see real pivotal moments of this event take place live on this Leatt LIVemaniacs section. It's, as a fan of the sport, getting to see this happen right in front of us is unbelievable. Nicely done. They make that bit look so easy. It is not easy. It's terrifying. So that front end, whilst it is rebounding now, which it was not before, the action looks absolutely terrible. I think one spring's broken. It looks way, way too soft.
And James is such a tall guy, so he's got to keep his weight back because he's going to be so much over that front wheel now. But he is clear and clean through the Leatt LIVemaniacs. James Moore is almost in the finish line of the last day here, Red Bull Romaniacs 2026. Let's bring him home.
Okay, do you want to do a massive freestyle ramp even though your front suspension is not working?
I don't know. I absolutely would not. And we heard from Matthew Green that James does not like to do the jumps. But if he doesn't do the ramp, he's got to go through the water trough, which has looked like
Fair
is
enough.
what he's going to opt for.
Do that. Oh,
wow.
Nice line.
Nice line there, James.
Okay.
So James Moores from South Africa on the Alfredo Gomez Beta 300 RRCC machine is in the finish line here at Red Bull Romaniacs. Awesome result and achievement as Matthew Green congratulates him.
Now, the question is this the podium? Is this the overall podium for James? I'm hoping, I want to see James do well, I really do. But I also want to see Mickey do a full Phoenix, rise from the ashes, get himself back going and get on the bike.
Definitely, Mickey Volkner. Let's pray and hope that he's going to be okay and get to the finish line here of Red Bull Romaniacs.
That is beautiful. Two good friends there, both from South Africa. A bit of national pride, bit of friendship, all mixed up together. You always see incredible emotions here at the end of this race.
And Remy Gardner there in shot now, absolute legend, Moto 2 world champion Remy Gardner took on the silver class this year, and the last I checked he was 35th overall in the silver class. Awesome to have legends of the sport here like Remy Gardner. Remy Gardner is an absolute expert in the circuit racing, so definitely a massive change of scenery for him, going from asphalt into these big mountains in Romania.
You know, hard enduro, the sport of hard enduro, it's in some good hands, eh? Like we've got Manny leading the way, dictating how it works, and then we've got this great surge of younger guys coming through. That not only are they incredible riders, they're really good people too. It's a beautiful thing to see in the sport. Like all good friends, congratulating each other, backing each other, working together. This next generation of riders are coming through. That the sport's going to be in a really good spot. And that is what Happy Dad.
Richard is congratulating both James and Matthew Green. What a moment for the South Africans. Amazing scenes here at Red Bull Romaniacs. James Moore looks like all the emotions are now starting to pour out. He's been fighting for it now for the last 4 days here in Romania. What a moment for the youngster from South Africa.
I'm sure Dana will be in with an interview there very, very soon as we kind of, on one side we look at the clock, on the other side we look to see if our man can get back on his bike.
So these are our day 4 results here of Red Bull Romaniacs. Manny Littenbichler taking the win ahead of Theodor Kabachiev and Matthew Green in 3rd place. Awesome riding by Matthew Green without a shirt on.
I think we should say awesome riding from Matt with or without a shirt.
Yeah. He is going to be stoked about that result there. Matthew Green, 3rd on today's stage. Outstanding result from him. We're looking out for the Brightmore brothers as well coming soon. Pretty shortly, the Brightmore brothers, Ashton and Mitch Brightmore. Over the last couple of days, if you've been following us on our Leatt LIVEmaniacs, you would see the battles unfolding there. They've been pretty close together the whole race. You would expect brothers maybe helping each other out where they need to, but they're racing each other fiercely from the get-go.
And I always try and look on the positive side of things as much as I can, but you've got to be honest, you've got to say, I think Ashton wanted more this year. After really strong performances in some of the races we've seen and that win in America, we kind of thought that we'd have a bit more for the guys here. Sometimes Romaniacs goes your way, sometimes it doesn't. And when it starts to get away from you, if it starts to beat you down, if the mindset changes, swings towards the negative, it's so hard to come back from that. And now we're seeing him in the arena.
He was just giving a kick to his front wheel there, so maybe he lost it here on this on the ski jump.
Kicking the front end of the bike is generally when things have gone a little sideways on you, and I hope my comments there weren't as accurate as they seem to be.
Mitch Brightmore came into Red Bull Romaniacs full of confidence after beating Manny Lettenbichler at the last event, the last round of the championship. And he looked so good over all of the days, finishing second in the prologue. But things started to unfold a little bit with him yesterday on the Leatt LIVEmaniacs section. But let's go down and get some of the emotions from James Moore.
Yes, I have James Moore with me. James, how are you feeling?
Pretty broken, to be honest. It's been a tough final day. I think everyone has shown who's the real riders here. So, yeah, I really enjoyed the day. I had quite a bit of bike issues. I pushed my radiator and my fan broke, and then my forks have also blown just after service. So it's been an absolute crazy adventure, and I'm so stoked to be at the finish.
How was this whole hill climb arena?
Yeah.
It was a bit of a struggle. We all saw it.
Yeah, I always knew that it was going to be something interesting here. Didn't think it would be that interesting, and especially with blown out forks, wasn't the funnest. But yeah, I'm just so happy to be at the finish.
We're happy to see you at the finish as well. I had an interview with Matthew Green, and he was saying that last night you guys were talking about some strategy, how to approach the next day. What can you tell us? Can you give us some insights?
Yeah, it's been pretty cool. Me and Matt have been sharing a room in Sibiu, so yeah, we're just chatting about the day and thinking about how we're going to go fast pretty much. And yeah, my strategy was pretty much to just try and make no mistakes and race against the track, not against anyone else. So I think I did well today, considering everything that happened, and I'm just so happy. Yeah.
What was the most challenging day for you?
The last day, for sure. I think it was probably 3 times harder than any of the other days.
Thank you very much, James, and congratulations. Arriving at the finish of Red Bull Romaniacs in gold class is already meaning a winner.
Thank you.
Back to you guys.
I think 2 things we can take away from that interview. Number 1, James wasn't standing on a box then. That's how tall that kid is. And secondly, man, that never give up spirit.
Yeah.
To ride all the way from the service point today with a broken fork, that takes a lot. That you got to put your life on the line. You got to take big risks. It's going to be uncomfortable. It's going to be painful. It's going to be dangerous. It's going to be horrible. And he's managed to get that bike all the way to the finish without giving up. And it might pay off with an overall podium. That is a great story.
Yeah, James Moore is one of the younger riders in the gold category, a youngster showing maturity well beyond his years. He was the Roof of Africa champion last year in the 2025 edition, beating Manny Lettenbichler and Billy Bolton, now showing that he can take the fight to them at the European races such as Red Bull Romaniacs, provisionally finishing in 3rd position here today.
So now we can see Mitch Brightmore making his way around, and if you had to read body language, this is not the aggression, the determination that we normally see from Mitch. This race has not gone his way this year. But as every enduro rider knows, you got to bring it to the finish no matter what. Death before DNF.
Looking out for Ashton Brightmore, because Ashton Brightmore and Mitch Brightmore have been pretty close together for most of the off-road days so far, and Ashton should be in shot fairly soon. Let's go, Mitch, up the ski jump. Is he going to clear it to the top? Yeah, easy. Nice stuff there.
Beautifully done. He's looking pretty tired. I think it took a fair while to gain his composure, but that time looked like it was quite well spent, and he absolutely greased that obstacle. Little mistake on the downhill, getting a bit sort of messed around in those ruts. When you drop the bike into these ruts on the downhills, it's like being in a giant slot car set. It pulls the bike around from underneath you, messes your balance around. Really hard to keep the bike stable in those situations.
So we have an interview with Diana down in the finish line. She is with our race organizer, Martin Flynn-Ademits.
It's a quick interview because we are having the ultimate guys in the back of us. We are gonna do a quick Hollywood ceremony with champagne here, a shower of champagne. Martin, Red Bull Romaniacs 2026 in one word.
I think that was really great. It's not going to be one word because that race was just amazing. We have been so lucky with all the weather conditions, and the racing was just insane. All the classes have been doing a really good job, and there are so many happy faces. You can't imagine how many people were clapping our shoulders and said, "Great job, Martin, and your team is amazing." And I really have to say this again. I cannot do this alone. I need all these people helping on the tracks, helping with the branding, with the sponsors. There is so much work to do in order that the experience for the participants is that experience that they could have. So thanks to my team. And now I would say it's time. Give me some bottles, because those guys over there were the fastest in the ultimate class, and I'm really glad that we have the big bikes now also as a part of Red Bull Romaniacs. And now I can carry 3. I'm good with the alcohol. Yeah.
You haven't heard that.
No. Okay, guys.
So here we go, the champagne shower. This is the ultimate adventure ultimate class here at Red Bull Romaniacs 2026. In first place, Mario Roman on the CF Moto, Paul Torres on the Yamaha, and Didi Rudolph on the KTM 890.
These guys have raced each other the entire way. Like they've pushed themselves harder than they expected to push themselves, and definitely pushed themselves way harder than the organization ever expected them to push themselves. These guys have really left nothing out there.
And what a race we had between these 3 riders, as well as, don't forget, Kevin Gullis in 4th place, also pushing for the win here. The race in the Adventure Ultimate is gaining so much traction and such a big following. It's almost as closely watched as our Gold Riders.
So this obstacle we're seeing here, this keeps people awake at night. This has been part of the, I think, is it bronze? It's definitely silver. It might be bronze as well, class. This is one of the biggest obstacles the guys face of the whole journey around Red Bull Romaniacs. And it's been this like this for several years. It's really hard to get right. You have to drive and launch the bike up there, but it wants to kick so far to the left. I can't tell you how many guys have asked me how to ride this, and I don't really have an answer for them. Just pin it and hope that it bounces the right way, boys.
Chris, just to sum up the last 5 days of Red Bull, 6 days with the Nations Parade that we had, for me it's been definitely one of the most exciting editions of Red Bull Romaniacs. We've had such close racing between all of the classes, full of drama. What do you think about the edition we've seen this year?
Yeah, another solid edition of Red Bull Romaniacs. And for me, I'd say the standout for me is that we got to watch some of the most critical parts of this event take place live.
Yes.
That is, we're very fortunate to have that. It's so hard to do this. You know, we're trying to do live broadcasts from the Carpathian Mountains, and we get to, you know, it would be such a shame to go to all these difficulties, all this hassle, and then nothing to happen. We've been treated to a real show every day.
Yes, and in the prologue, if we just talk specifically gold class competitors, in the prologue we had bar-to-bar racing with Teodor Kabatchev, Mitch Brightmore, going bar-to-bar with Manny Lettenbeckler, who ended up in 3rd place, as well as on the Leatt LIVemaniacs sections. Day 1, the guys absolutely breezed through the section, which we couldn't believe. It was like a cliff face when we got there at the Leatt LIVemaniacs. At day 2, we had that awesome section through those rocks.
That was brutal, but incredibly technical. The skill set that the guys used to get through there was just unbelievable. Some of it was quite high consequence for sure, but the guys managed it incredibly well. That was, for me, that was the highlight of the whole event, getting to see those guys push their way through there.
And Mitch Brightmore, who's in shot here, he had we call term an absolute hero line, a line that you would never consider, not even think about doing. Mitch clearing that hero line through the rocks on day 2, Leatt LIVemaniacs, and then in day 3, which was possibly the toughest section of the Leatt LIVemaniacs that the competitors had to deal with. Chris, that downhill was brutal.
Like we talked about on the day, to push the limit, sometimes you have to push past the limits, and I think maybe that's what we saw taking place there. But some of the guys managed it. Some of the guys managed to get themselves down there and get the bike down there. Definitely, there wasn't a whole bunch of riding going on, but they managed to find a way down that incredibly extreme situation. Wasn't Mitch's favourite part of the race, that's for sure. I think he'll probably prefer these obstacles he's lining up to here on this edition of Leatt LIVemaniacs than what he had to deal with in the forest yesterday.
And as you said, it's so hard to find where that limit is, because on that downhill yesterday on day 3, Leatt LIVemaniacs, we saw Manny Littenbichler losing the bike down there, as well as Mitch Brightmore, absolutely, who Mitch is in picture now as well, losing his cool a little bit. But then we saw Lorenzo Gondola on the Shoko Factory Racing on the pegs, riding down the downhill. That has to be one of the most impressive things I have ever seen.
That was a move, eh?
So Mitch Brightmore is making his way through the course of Leatt LIVemaniacs. He will be very, very happy to be in the finish here to complete this 23rd edition of Red Bull Romaniacs. Mitch definitely had high hopes and high anticipation for this event. He has ridden brilliantly here in this edition as well as in the past. Last year he was in a major fight with Theodor Kovachev. So Mitch Brightmore coming his way now towards the finish.
Not a huge amount of urgency in his riding, but this week has not gone the way Mitch wanted it to. But to finish gold class Red Bull Romaniacs, you should be proud of that, Mitch. Like, that is a big effort, it's a big achievement. Maybe not the achievement you're looking for, but it's something to be proud of. Just taking a pause, waiting for the line to clear, and he's going to fire it up this hill.
So here he goes, Mitch
time.
Brightmore. Oh, that bike screaming and weaving under him, but he's going to take the... he's coming back down. Oh. Wow!
Okay.
What a pivot turn.
That was impressive.
That's so impressive.
Come on, Mitch. Ramp it up. You can clean this.
So he's just being a little patient here, waiting. He's got one rider who's exiting to the right. And here he goes, Mitch Brightmore. Come on, boy.
He's going to dig a little deeper, wind it up a little harder. There you go. You can hear he's another 500 RPM higher. It's going up there this time. There you go. Good effort, Mitch. Dig
well
a little
done,
deep.
Mitch.
Dug a little deeper, found a little bit more, tapped into one last well of energy. It's got to be in there somewhere. So Mitch working his way back down. These downhill sections, they're sneaky. They're actually really physical. The bike's getting wrenched around through these ruts, and you've got to correct all that balance through your upper body, through your core. It's really hard work. He's put a massive effort into getting up that hill. It's not like he's rolling back down here and rebuilding. So I think you're going to see him launch this bit, and before the next big move, he's going to have a reset, have a think, get the bike where it needs to be. Maybe shake the hands out. Big effort. I remember the feeling of when you're absolutely on your last bit of energy in this race. So many times I've said to myself in my helmet, okay, you are way too tired to do this wrong. You don't have the energy to push, you don't have the energy to lift, so suck it up for 30 seconds and get this right.
The wind's starting to pick up here in the arena, which is welcome really for spectators and riders alike, because it's scorching hot here. As we see Mitch Brightmore now making his way down. He's going to be a happy lad to be in the finish.
You can see in his body language, you can see how much time he's spending on the seat. Mitch has absolutely emptied his tank in this event. That is the most tired version of Mitch Breitmer I've seen on a bike. The guys were saying today's course in the Gold, mate.
Wow!
But still,
respect.
Absolutely got that beautiful. The guys have been saying that today was the hardest day of the event so far. So pretty reasonable to be taking some time and sitting on the seat when he can.
And traditionally, we've seen day one was always the toughest day where the biggest gaps were formed, and so always keeping it everybody on their toes here, keeping it interesting. Martin van Armets, you never know what he's going to throw at you.
And taking it back to Manny, putting how much time into the guys today?
44 minutes just on today's stage. Absolutely something, cannot describe it.
When the going gets tough, tough get going.
So in the Nations Parade, we had Patty on the Enduro bike following some of the riders. Let's go down to her at the finish line with Diana.
Yes, I have Patty next to me. Patty, you've been a competitor at Red Bull Romaniacs last year, right?
Yes.
Which class were you riding?
In the Adventure Light class. Yeah.
How was it?
It was great. It was really, really fun. It was nice flowy tracks. It was beautiful scenery here. It's you have here things you don't have like in anywhere else. So it was really nice. Didn't last long, but it was really nice to experience.
You're talking about riding last year, but now you're not wearing your gear. So what happened? What were you doing this year?
Well, I got injured last time. So I tore my ACL, so this year was all about recovering, and that's why I could not compete. So, but happy to be part of it in a different way, and still be here. And
how have you been part of it this year?
Well, I've been interviewing the adventure class for After Movie, and it was so nice to just follow everyone in the different classes and then hear the experiences and speak with all the legends, let's say, and it was really, really cool. Yeah.
Glad you enjoyed it. What's the plans for next year?
Well, next year, who knows? I only plan 2 months ahead, but I would love to participate again. Maybe not in an adventure class, but in the enduro class. But who knows? I know. First train, recover a little bit more, and then recover a little bit more, and then we see from there how it goes.
Patty, thank you very much. Also, thank you very much for your help with the adventure bike side. We're looking forward to having you here next year as well, whether you're going to ride, race, or just helping us in the media side. We're really happy to have you here. And let's say goodbye to the spectators right now.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Thank you.
So, Chris, provisionally in the gold category, unfortunately for Mickey Volkner, with the crash that he had a little bit earlier on, James Moore now has passed that time that he had because there were about 19 minutes between Mickey Volkner and James Moore. So James Moore provisionally is the third place finisher in the gold category of Red Bull Romaniacs. What a result for the youngster.
That's a great result for James. Really hard fought. I mean, so unlucky for Mickey.
Very unlucky.
Our hearts go out to him for sure. I hope the injury's not too bad, and he'll be back here to reclaim his podium position next year. But yeah, a big part of this is putting yourself in the right place to be ready to take the spot if it gets opened up. So yeah, amazing effort from James, young guy. He'll be absolutely stoked with that. Congratulations to him. Yeah.
And Mickey Volkner was, I'll just say it again, because he was riding phenomenally in the off-road days of the Carpathian Mountains. Really was on an absolute charge, taking the fight. He knew he had the belief to do it. He knew he could hang there with Manny Lefenbichler and Theodor Kovachev, which he was doing. And so unfortunate to see him go down today on the last day here in the hill climb finish.
Yeah, Mickey, you're sort of like the working class hero, right?
Yeah.
Like, he's not a full-time rider. He's not doing the whole series of this. He picks and chooses the events that he wants to do, and he was on an absolute, literally podiuming Red Bull Romaniacs. That was incredible. I'm sure he's not going to be stoked with the way it ended, but there's a lot to be proud of in how he can perform during this event.
also waiting now to see the time, waiting for Mitch Brightmore to come in, because there were about 36 minutes between him and Matthew Green. So Matthew Green could be taking that 4th place away from Mitch Brightmore.
Yep. So in the background, we saw Mitch coming into the finish during that previous interview. So Mitch has crossed the line now. We're just waiting for the timing to update. But yeah, Mitch has managed to bring it home in this Leatt LIVemaniacs section and get to the end of Red Bull Romaniacs.
As we see the riders getting ready for our champagne shower, that's Matthew Green still with no shirt on, having a chat to Manny Littenbichler. Those two great friends riding together, training together and helping each other to develop the sport.
We did talk about it briefly before, but it's just so cool to see how there's so many friendships in the sport. Like these guys, they're not competing for millions of dollars, but there's a lot on the line here. There's championships, there's money, there's sponsorship, there's all that sort of thing. But it just doesn't seem to distract from the friendships that these guys develop racing their bikes all around the world. What a way to live your life! But these guys they're having the time of their lives. I'm jealous. It looks amazing.
Yeah, it's incredible. And the times now of Mitch Brightmore have come through. So Matthew Green on a stormer today and making up huge time on Mitch Brightmore. So Matthew Green has taken 4th place in the gold category.
Wow, that's an amazing result from Matt. And yeah, the first person to come 4th with no shirt. He gave it everything, even his shirt. Why did I not think of that earlier?
Definitely going to be a fan of one of the fans of Matthew Green, who's going to be super happy to have that shirt at home, maybe on his bedroom wall. It was super close though, because there was only actually 3 minutes. So Matthew Green's difference between Mitch Brightmore only 3 minutes. So
wow.
Mitch just losing it here on the last day.
It's always the same with Romaniacs. Like, it is a 4-day race. Like the last day it's not a gimme. You kind of think lots of other multi-day events have done, like the EEST, that sort of thing, the Dakar. The last day it's almost a bit of a parade. That is not Red Bull Romaniacs. We always see action playing out on day 4.
So just to recap our top 5 then of the gold category, we have Manny Littenbichler, who is the winner in the gold class of Red Bull Romaniacs 2026, followed by Tero Kabatchev on the Shoko Factory Racing. Sorry, Manny Littenbichler, KTM Factory Racing on the 300cc. Tero Kabatchev, Shoko Factory Racing. James Moore, Alfredo Gomez, Beta 300cc. Matthew Green on the Rigo Racing KTM 300cc. And Mitch Brightmore in 5th place on the Gas 300cc 2-stroke. And there's the graphic so we have on screen now for you, where you can get confirmation now of those results.
Look at those time gaps. Manny has just absolutely put on a clinic over this week. To win by over an hour is just incredible.
Pure domination from Manny Littenbichler. So we shortly will bring you the champagne shower now of the gold class riders as they get to celebrate here with Martin van Arnhem in the finish, the hill climb finish of day 4 Red Bull Romaniacs. We still have all our other riders making their way to the finish line. Anybody who makes their way into this arena and is a finisher of the Red Bull Romaniacs is definitely a hero.
So as these guys cross the finish line, they're awarded a medal, and some of these guys are going to be holding on to that medal as tightly as Manny's going to be hanging on to his trophy. It's a huge achievement finishing this event.
So let's go down to Diana, who is in the finish line.
And in case you missed me and somebody else next to me, I have Karl Katoch, the organizer from Erzberg Rodeo here. Karl, when did you arrive?
I think this is the best race from the rally, from the Extreme Enduro. And congratulations on Martin and all drivers. Incredible. I'm nice to see you here.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
We're very happy to have you here. Always a pleasure.
I'm happy to be here. Yeah.
Awesome. We're waiting for you next year as well, yeah? But don't come only on Friday. Come sooner. See the prologue.
I can drive, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Martin also.
Martin?
Yeah, thanks for coming, Karl. What most people don't know, Karl was competing in the very first Red Bull Romaniacs in 2004, and he was second place in the hobby class. Yeah. And I have been competing a few times at his race. I was racing 6 times on Erzberg, and luckily I finished 3 times. So we all have a little success story as well.
Yeah, and I have my friend is Peter Nestor. He drives all races now. Yeah, and next year I come with him, and I'm better than Peter, and I think I will better be there.
That's a statement. We're looking forward to that. Now I think we need to switch back to the gold riders. Martin, can you introduce the situation back here?
Yeah, so unfortunately it is a kind of a sad finish because we had Michael Walker doing extremely well the whole week. He's been in 3rd position. He came in here in a good place, and then he jumped a bit too far on one of the downhills and had a bad landing and was in pain. So he didn't finish all the LIVEmaniacs loops. He did only 1. He got penalized for 2 times not doing the loop, which changes the podium. So unfortunately, it's really sad. I hope he will be fine and be soon strong again and be racing again. And so now James Moore from South Africa moved up to the 3rd place. Of course, these results are all unofficial, but that's what we know so far. And we'll have some champagne and still look into the timings and see what the race director will in the end decide.
Yeah, it's a pity what happened with Michael, but still we are very happy for James Moore as well, right? It's the first time when he's taking the podium in gold.
Yes, that's great. And you know, the South Africans are so strong now, and it's really good to see young riders coming up and being fearless and really fast. So I'm looking forward to see the young guys coming and putting some pressure on this Mr. Lettenbichler, because it seems that it's getting more and more difficult to stay in front. And I hope the young guns are coming soon.
We hope so too. Now let's get the champagnes here, guys.
Here we go. Thank you very much.
One also to Karl. Give it to Karl, please. And I'm gonna go out of the camera right now.
Hold on.
There we go, the top 3 Red Bull Romaniacs.
Amazing scenes here for the gold class riders. Champagne showers all around. These guys have been battling out in the Carpathian Mountains for the honor and the titles of podium at Red Bull Romaniacs. And once again, to recap those top 5 riders: Manuel Lettenbichler, KTM Factory Racing; Teodor Kovachev on the Shoko Factory Racing; James Moore, Alfredo Gomez, Beta, Matthew Green, Rigo Rico, and Mitch Brightmore on the X-Grip Racing team. Awesome riding from those top 5 riders.
Awesome result from everyone in that top 5, but I'm sure there'll be a few guys sitting there go, right, I've got 51 weeks to figure out how I can close some time on the absolute legend that is Manny Lettenbichler.
Chris, and with that, another remarkable chapter in the Red Bull Romaniacs history books. It's been an absolute honor having you in the booth with me this year.
It's been a good time. I've really enjoyed it. Thanks. You make it so easy.
So to all the starters of Red Bull Romaniacs, congratulations. To all the finishers of Red Bull Romaniacs, you will do something that most people can only dream of. But let's get you here next year. If you're on the couch and you're thinking about it, get your name in, get on the list. Thanks so much for joining us, and keep chasing the adventure.
going to Red Bull Romaniacs. Yeah, boy. Yeah.